come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive, fight for freedom we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, oh I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall. ndu ya wechacha maka Biafra. Wero putara anyi onye ndu here Simon Efa Oba Tobiye.
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children, the ethics and the BBOs, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodimma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to wear Obada. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
I want to let the world understand what the so-called founding fathers of the Zoological Republic actually said about Nigeria. Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs. They do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. Nigerian unity is only a British invention. Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, 1948, a founding father of Nigeria. The second one, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is a mere distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Now, lastly, let me tell you what Nnamdi Azikiwe said in 1964 after the so-called independence of Nigeria. It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Then, should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is Katanga, will be a chance play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role. These are the historical facts that nobody can deny. We have it in abundance. So their three founding fathers have none of them actually believed in one Nigeria. All their founding fathers. But tomorrow now, you see Guardian write the founding father. Our founding fathers will be disappointed. But your founding fathers never believed in one Nigeria. It is here now.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We all have seen. We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
State administrators, those that feel they do not want to follow the path of Obatopie, we also welcome them to quietly and peacefully leave the United States of Biafra. Biafra promotes freedom of association. You are free to go with whomever you want to be with. That is a basic right. We are not going to take it away from you. You are free to associate yourself with whom you want to. But what we are not going to allow is being able to disrupt what we are doing. Being able to use the platforms established by Obatopie to promote your chaos and your divisive nature. Allowing you to use the plans, the maps, the regions that Obatopie has set up to continue to disorganize, disinform our people. We are not going to allow you to do that. But as long as you following whoever calls you on the phone privately, it is okay to go with those individuals. And Biafrans, we truly support you to do that. That is called freedom of association, which United States of Biafra guarantees. There are charters that we signed during our declaration in Finland. And one of that is the basic human right of individuals to associate with whomever they want to. But you cannot do that under the United States of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra. Under one command, His Excellency the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, represented by my humble self, Dr. Orabueze. Anything outside this, we wish you luck, but please leave any platform that either myself or Obatopie has established. You can inquire from whoever you want to be with. They have their own platform. They have where they are doing their own little shenanigans. You can join them there. We wish you luck, but do not be in the platform established by the United States of Biafra and be causing your havoc. On that note, I thank all the state executives that are working day and night to ensure that we all go home by the end of this year. We thank all the Biafra Defense Forces, again, the decentralized forces and some of the units that have been there. We thank you for the coordination. We thank you for what you are doing to gradually move the state of a nation with all the discipline, with all the respect, with all the dignity associated with the United States of Biafra military. That is what this new nation is working on. On that note, I thank all Biafrans that are present.
Hope as a one another day, Chineke game. Okay, make way for Nanya. He's sending when a very okay man, like a Biafra. Okay, me a prayer Nanya. You got that?
Fighting a war, knowing the difficulties, the odds against us, there is an element of fatalism, people feeling, well, if the world chooses to abandon us, then perhaps it is better we all perish. They don't ever consider a Biafra not free. They believe in either Biafra free or no Biafra at all. That means none of us living to see it.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this platform wherever you are connecting from. I welcome you and I thank you for being part of the program. Please, as you join us, kindly like and share the program. Share to your family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share to anyone you can be able to reach out to. Very important. Sharing this program is very important because the social media network is not our friend. The social media network does not promote our programs, so we have to do the promotions by ourselves. Every one of us have to try as much as we can to support in promoting this program by sharing. Share the program on your own platform. In this era of radical evangelism, every one of us must be involved in it. We must get involved to make sure that we get this message to where it has to get to. If we keep silent and things goes wrong, every one of us is going to suffer. So we have to take it upon ourselves to carry this message to where it must get to. No matter how difficult it is, no matter the trials, no matter the temptations, we must make sure we continue to fight this battle until we win. Do not allow the enemies to overtake us. They will try as much as they can, but we will not allow them to succeed. My fellow Biafrans that are watching wherever you are watching from. For those who are joining us on this platform for the very first time, or those who are coming across this video for the very first time, I want you to understand that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that stands with the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, the COX, Dr. Ngozi that is where we stand, in truth and sincerity. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to this platform to preach hate. We do not come to this platform to attack people or individuals. We do not come to this platform to push out propaganda or blackmail against anybody. We don't come to this platform to speak against any race or religion. Our sole purpose of being in this platform is to bring the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world, speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. We are here to debunk every lie that has been told against the Biafran people, against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, against our school Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi There are so many lies that are flying out there. There are so many misinterpretations of facts. There are so many blackmails and propaganda being pushed out by the enemies of Biafrans, inside and outside, more especially by the government of Nigeria. These lies, if we do not respond to them and we keep silent, it will seem to be true. That is why we have taken it as a responsibility upon ourselves to come every morning to speak on these issues. Every morning program that we conduct, it is always an interactive section, a section where everybody can join us and interact, ask your question. And for you to join us on this platform, more especially those who are watching me from YouTube, if you're watching from TikTok or you're watching from the Facebook, you might not be able to join me on stage. If you want to join me on stage and make your opinion known to the world, come to David Herbert's channel on YouTube. Go to the comment section. You're going to see the link. You click that link and I will bring you in. It does not matter your race. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your ideology. It doesn't matter your opinion. It doesn't matter who you support or who you do not support. It doesn't matter what you feel or how you feel. The only thing that qualifies you to join us on stage is to be human. But while joining us, asking your questions, saying your prayers, and making your opinions, make sure you have a very credible argument. Make sure you have a superior argument. Nobody knows it all. You can never tell. It's either we learn from you or you learn from us. That is why we are here. When you're joining us on stage, please make sure you appear in a decent manner. We cannot admit you into the platform when you are appearing naked. We will not. The world is watching. Children are watching. Members of the cabinet of Biafra government are watching. So we must make sure that you appear in a decent manner. One other thing that qualifies you to join on this platform, just be human. And we beg you, as you join us on the platform, please, when you want to speak, speak in a very civil manner. Make your point known in a civil way. There's no need to curse out anybody, no matter how angry or how dissatisfied you are. Present your case in a civil manner, and we are going to listen to you. It is about each and every one of us, about our life collectively. That is why we are here. As always, and today we are here once again to speak on a topic which every one of us will contribute into. If you want to, all you need to do is to follow the link and you'll be here. The topic says, victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. A wake-up call to Biafrans. We move. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay the price. That is what we're going to discuss today. I welcome every Biafran that are on this platform today. I welcome everybody who is going to join us today. And we are going to do justice to this topic as we have always done. You're welcome, my brother Lawal. Thank you so much for joining. Can you hear me, Lawal? Can you hear me, Lawali? Can you hear me? I think he cannot hear me. If you can hear me, my brother Lawali, go ahead and talk to us. Let's hear you. Maybe he's having a network disruption, so we got to be patient until he gets back, and then we can hear him. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, anywhere you are watching us from, I welcome every one of us. As always, every one of us know the topic in town today. You know, in every occasion, we always give them the topic to discuss. That is how you have to know people that have something to offer. The way you can identify those who have something to offer. In this restoration of Biafra on the ground and recognitions, the discussions on the social media platforms and on the conventional media are the topics coming from the United States of Biafra. And that is to know who holds the banner and who is in the lead. I am touching these points to help those of them who are very slow in catching up. Those who are very slow in making conclusions. Those who are very slow in reaching out to answers. The people who are working for you today are the ones making the difference. Whatever topic the United States of Biafra brings before the table is what is discussed. It is because it is the United States of Biafra that is holding the banner. They dictate the pace. And they set the records how it's going to be. That is why each time the United States of Biafra comes out to make a declaration or to speak on an issue, it becomes a talking point. It becomes a talking point because they are the one in charge and they are the one that has the solution. And they are the one that are working effectively to see that Biafra becomes a reality. The topic in town today is the bill that the government of Biafra have passed. The bill on self-defense, the right for the Biafran people to defend themselves by all means necessary. And the rights for Biafrans to do local productions of any material they can use to defend themselves. This is the bone of contention today, and the discourse is everywhere. When you go to several platforms, those that claim to be fighting for Biafra, you will see them discussing these issues. And some of them, when you listen to them, you'll be wondering if they are truly, truly fighting for the security of our people. You'll be wondering, are these people sincerely in pursuit of the freedom of the Biafran people? It is unfortunate that some of them speak in the manner they speak and in the way they speak. But we are not surprised. Every single thing that is happening today is to help you to understand where you should be. The government of Biafra came out in the open to pass a bill or to discuss on the bill to allow the Biafran people to defend themselves. The discourse was made. It was aired live, and you had the opinion of members of the cabinet, both those who are for and those who were against. And you see there are different reasons. But at the end of the day, majority will always carry the vote because we are operating a democratic system. We are not operating autocratic system. And after all the debates, the majority carried the vote and the bill was passed to allow Biafran people to defend themselves. For those who did not agree within the time of the debate, I believe that so many of them have now come back to their senses. They have sat back, thought, and discussed within themselves on how and what to do and the reasons why it is necessary. Nobody knows it all. Sometimes when you see within yourself, you set an exam for yourself, you're going to pass the exam. Nobody that sets exam for himself and fail. Whenever you set exam for yourself, of course, you're going to pass. But when someone else sets exam for you, there's every tendency that you're going to fail. Or you might pass, but you can't get it all. That is why the debate is necessary. And that debate helps people to understand things that they do not understand. When you look at this topic I wrote, victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. There is a price for freedom. There is a price that every one of us must pay for freedom. It is not enough to say you want freedom. You want freedom. It is not enough to cry, protest, and write for freedom. There are some actions you must take if you have to be free. Freedom comes with responsibility. And freedom is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price, whether you like it or not. It is a different thing if you do not want freedom. Nobody is going to force you. There are people that prefer to be slaves. We have seen them on different occasions. Just like when the zoo, when those they call their founding father, we are busy pursuing their independence. During the time of the colonial masters, when the people in the south were pursuing independence, the people in the northern part of Nigeria made it clear that they are not ready for independence. The record is there. The Fulanis made it clear that they are not ready for independence. Why the people in the south were busy pursuing it? Nobody forced them. They said they don't want it. But what did those in the south did? Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and co, more especially Nnamdi Azikiwe, went and continued to persuade the north to join them. And at the end of the day, the British went behind and explained to the north why they have to join the south. And the reason they were given. They were reminded that they cannot survive on their own. The north was reminded that they cannot survive on their own. That their survival depends on the south. And then they were promised to join the south in the pursuit, that the power will be handed over to them. They can now be able to use the south to enrich themselves. And that was why they now sluggishly join your so-called independent that is never independent. And the contraption company called Nigeria was handed over to the north. And that is why you see that even till tomorrow, the north is ready to continue to serve the British until thy kingdom come. They are not ready for freedom. And there is no amount of force you can put on the north to embrace freedom, just like the south is doing today. When it comes to the issue of the Biafran people, we are freeborn. We have always been freeborn. And we cannot give out that freedom, sell it out, dash it out to anybody. At any point in time, we must hold on to our freedom. And that we have always done. Though it comes with a price. Don't forget that. It comes with a price. The hatred other parts of Nigeria today have on the Biafran people, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, is their pursuit for freedom. Their pursuit for freedom. that open ground to make their decisions and do what they want to do in their own space, at their own time, in their own speed. That is a crime they have committed. But are you going to stop pursuing your freedom because of that? Never, ever. Freedom comes with price. Freedom, victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay the price. One of the prices you must pay today, in this era that we are in, is to prepare yourself and fight with the last drop of your blood. Equip yourself. Prepare to defend yourself. Defend your family. We are not narrowing it down to your family. We are now narrowing it down to your own family. Defend your own family. The United States of Biafra will be defended. It will be protected by the Liberation Army of Biafra, by the grace of Chukwukabiam. But your own particular self, you need to build a buffer for yourself. You need to be ready to prepare and defend yourself. To an extent, before the government comes in. You know how fragile the government of Biafra is today, because it's just a young nation, about some months old. A young nation, some months old. So many things have to be put in place. And you can see that the Janjaweed, they know what is coming and they want to be fast to create more chaos. To curtail this chaos, every hand must be on deck to defend our land. The primary objective of every government is to protect the life and property of its own people. And that is what the United States of Biafra is pursuing. You must always have that at the back of your mind. I welcome my brother Emmanuel. If you are there, Emmanuel, speak to us. Let's hear you. Let's hear you, Emmanuel, if you are there.
Okay, good morning from here.
Good morning, you're welcome.
God bless you, sir. I so much love your program, and I am one of the people that you add in your WhatsApp group. I so much love what you are doing and what the Biafra government is doing.
Thank
the
you.
USB. Yes, although this is my first time to be on air, but everything the Biafra is doing now, I so much love it. I am in the zoo now, right now, precisely Aludo State. So a lot of things is happening. I am watching everything, so I am very, very happy. And I stand at this point, and I am saying that many of us that are confused, but I want to say this: people knows the truth. The Biafrans knows the truth. They know where to follow. I'm calling Biafra this point. You know the truth. Biafra government is the way. The other way, I don't know about those people. This is the right place to stay, and you will relax. This is the right place you will stay. Things you will be understand what is happening. Our village have been surrounded with the Fulanis. They are not talking about it, but our government is talking about it. They are doing everything to stop those things. I really thank God for our deputy prime minister, which is Dr. NgoziOrabueze. He's doing a lot of things. He's doing marvelous things. I really thank God for you too. Thank you very much. I'm still watching. I will still come back, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution. Thank you, my beloved brother Emmanuel. Thank you so much. So, my fellow Biafrans, when you go to social media today, you are going to hear some people speaking against the bill that was passed by the United States of Biafra. And when you listen to their points, you shed tears. More especially the breakaway group from the United States of Biafra. When you see the points they are making, you'll be wondering. But of course, you will not wonder too much. It will only make it clearer to you that they have not ever been ready, either to protect or defend Biafran people, or to speak or work for Biafra. Some of them are bringing out a point, and they said that you don't have to legalize arms for the Biafran people, that is going to create chaos, that is going to invite the enemies, is going to make the military go against the Biafran people. And I asked them, were you ever fighting for Biafra or ever listening to the situation in Biafra land? Anybody that has been following events in Nigeria as a whole, not just Biafra, in Nigeria as a whole, you will understand that the most thing that makes people vulnerable for these terrorists to penetrate and take life is because they already know that the citizens has no form of defense. The terrorists know already that your military, your police cannot defend you. As if that example is not enough. Every one of us remembered Benue State, when Benue State was bleeding. When Benue State was bleeding, before the Fulanis were able to penetrate, when Governor Oton was there, the military went in to disarm people. They went in to disarm people. After those people have been disarmed, in the next few days, the terrorists came in. The people made calls. Phone calls. People shouted and ran. Nobody came to their aid. And many people lost their life. The same thing was repeated in Plateau State. The military moved in, take away people's protection and defense, and then these terrorists came in. And the only thing that has given these people the boldness to walk into any place to take life and destroy life is for the fact that they know that you cannot defend yourself. You do not have any form of defense. That is why they come. And I want to ask this simple question. One simple analogy. You know how you feel when you go to a compound that has a dog, a security dog. I'm talking about an ordinary compound where somebody fenced his house and put a security dog. Even without an arm, only that security dog will make you sleep at peace. And it will keep bad people far from you. Only that dog. Before anybody comes into your compound, either a friend or a foe, they will think twice because they know what is in that compound. It is a different case with like a place where there is no dog guiding the compound or whatever. When you come to a compound that doesn't have any protection, people can just walk in and walk out. You can keep something in your compound. The next, just you go into the house and to go and bring something, before you come out, it disappears. You can keep something outside and just say, let me go inside and drink water. Before you come out, what you kept outside in your own compound will disappear because there is no form of defense. A dog alone causes that. If you can tell yourself the truth, people that have ordinary double barrel in their house to guide their home, for the fact that people have the knowledge that this man has a double barrel, they stay far away. Let me tell you, some people in Biafra land today, some people, not just in Biafra land, some people in the past have defended their house, home, against armed robber with only a knockout. A knockout, just knockout. In a village, in a city, in a street where armed robbers were raiding. Armed robbers were busy, going street by street, going house by house. Unfortunately, a wise man came up with the idea of using a knockout that he has opened the knockout and began to blast the knockout in the compound. Only the sound of that knockout scared away those criminals. They didn't go to that compound and they never came. Only the sound of a knockout saved the life of people in that very compound. When we talk about self-defense, it is about your common sense. Self-defense is not just about acquiring AK-47 or AK-45 or AK what. No. There are many things you can apply to defend yourself. And if you can afford to get arms to defend your family, defend your children, defend your wife, defend human being life, save life in your home, do that without hesitation. The Bible made us to know a portion of the Bible where it says, a time will come when you are going to sell your property and buy arms. A time is going to come. There was a portion in the Bible where it was stated in the Bible, sell what you have, use it, and buy something to defend yourself. When we say Nigeria, Biafra land is a situation of war, you don't understand it. You do not understand. We have preached it, we have spoken about it with humor on different angles. You don't understand. But you go today, you see people that claim to be fighting for you, trying to make you more vulnerable. Let me tell you, only this bill, that by passing this bill alone, by passing that bill alone, anybody that wants to step into Biafra land will think twice. Any terrorists that want to come into Biafra land will think twice. They will know that it's no longer business as usual. And if you think it is the bill that is going to make the government to come after you, or the military come, at what point in time have they stopped coming after you? At what point in time since 1967 has the government of Nigeria stopped coming after Biafrans? Have they? Since 1967, have the government of Nigeria stopped at any point in time coming against the Biafrans? And let me tell you, it is increasing every day, increasing. The attack against Biafran is increasing. It is even worse now than it was then. Have they ever stopped? If you don't know the strength and the importance of defending yourself, when the enemy has the knowledge that you have already activated that wisdom to defend yourself, they will think twice. If you sleep, they take your gun. No Biafran must fall asleep at this time. You must not fall asleep. They have regrouped themselves in uniform and off uniform. And the best thing to do today is to activate self-defense. To defend, at least save the life of your children, so that when you are dying, you will be dying with pride in you. Not to die like a foolish man. Just like what happened in Anambra State. You saw what happened in Anambra State, where the EFCC went illegally to go and take a Biafran, illegal operation, because there was no warrant. It wasn't because of the guy they went there. Only because they saw the man that he can be able to afford to bribe them. They can be able to get out money from him. They went to his house. And when they went to his house, because the man himself have already prepared himself for self-defense, he opened fire. And somebody went down. And the rest of them took on their heels. I am talking about a force in Nigeria. They took on their heels. And the following day, the discussion starts. We know that the zoo is a corrupt place, but at least every sensible person that hears the action that that man took will understand that he's on his right. It is out of self-defense. Number one, you didn't serve him a warrant. He wasn't even the reason of you coming there. You only walked into that house, and even when he asked who were you, you couldn't be able to identify yourself. He has no other choice than take you out. That is what every human being did. And from that very action that man took, any idiot again that goes in Anambra State, any idiot that goes in that area in name of searching or in name of going to intimidate people, he will think twice. He will know that people in that area defend themselves. When it begins to happen that when you enter somebody's house illegally, uninvited, you are taken down, other people, before they come, they will think twice. They will think twice. And now you are telling me to tell Biafrans to fold their hands, not to do anything, that the Liberation Army of Biafra is going to protect them. Even when you know that the Liberation Army of Biafra has some limitations. You know that. I don't need to come here and shout it. Every well-meaning person, sensible person know that the Liberation Army of Biafra has limitations to where they will be at every particular point in time. Not because they do not want to protect you, not because they don't want to be where they want to be. The manpower is limited. The levels of operation is limited because of the resources that we have. Every Saturday, fundraising is being conducted. How much do you contribute on the fundraising? Like some of you that are always talking about Liberation Army, do this and do that, do this and do that. How much do you contribute every fundraising? Come in that fundraising and see the amount people are contributing. Is that what you're going to use to raise an army that will defend every nook and cranny of Biafra land? But these idiotic people who doesn't have anything to offer, they will always come and begin to antagonize a good policy that was meant to save the life of the people. These were the same people who are still fighting decentralization of the Nigerian army, the Biafran military. When the deputy prime minister came out and said that the Liberation Army of Biafra will be decentralized so that they can have closer access to the people to respond when they need to respond, they fought it. They fought it. These same people have the gut to fight the decentralization of the Liberation Army that the deputy prime minister announced. That every state among the 40 states will have their own response team, their military, to respond immediately without waiting for any order from anywhere. In order to meet the needs of the people. They fought it, they used it as a propaganda, they campaigned against it, and they spoke against it. And today, again, asking Biafran to stand up for their rights. Some idiotic people are using it for propaganda. They think it is something to come and talk about and use it to laugh about. It is not. The Biafran government came out to empower their people to know their rights. This was one of the great messages Master Simon Ekpa brought to us. One of the strongest transformation that Master Simon Ekpa brought to the Biafran struggle in the new dimension. Master Simon Ekpa was the one that have given the Biafrans that boldness to know that defending yourself is more than speaking a word. It is more than talking about it. It is more than campaigning. Defending yourself means that you have to use the equal force that is coming to you to attack. And in most cases, the best form of defense is to attack first. This was one of the messages that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, brought. The effectiveness of self-defense, the use of self-defense, how to apply it, and the limits you can go. So many of us did not know the limits. Some of us were afraid. Some of us were even afraid. We were afraid, so afraid to speak about anything that has to do with defense. Until Master Simon came on board, went ahead to establish the Liberation Army with according to law. because the law permits a government in exile to have the Liberation Army, the army. Government in exile has the right to operate its own army to secure its own people. That was why Mazi Simon went through that route, established the government in exile, and the government in exile expanded and grew today to the United States of Biafra. And today, we can boldly stand as a nation, speaking and defending our land. That was one of the great messages that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon brought to us, the message of self-defense. He didn't only preach it, he interpreted it and told us the extent you can go and the qualification and how the law, international law, backs you. The length you can go through the support of international law to defend yourself. That was one of the greatest things that Mazi Simon did. And that gave us the confidence to today operate an army, support an army openly, not in the secret. It is that message that has given us the confidence to raise funds openly to defend the land and the life of our children, our mothers, our wives, our sisters, our elderly. And today, we have seen how difficult the ground has become. We have seen the modus operandi of the enemies. We have seen their tactics. They played it in the north, in Plateau State. They used their terrorists in uniform to go and take out the arms from the people. The little things they have to protect themselves, they remove it. And most times, there has been occasions where even the villagers formed a vigilante group. The Zoological Republic government will use their army to go and dislodge that vigilante group. That is why when I hear some people come online and they make suggestion of let every community form their vigilante, that is nonsense, arrant nonsense. It will never work. It has never worked. Even in the northern part of Nigeria, villages formed their vigilante. In Plateau State, in Benue State. What did the government do? The government by themselves went and destabilized and demobilized the vigilante group. And at the end of the day, the terrorists enter. Look at Amoteku that have been formed for how many years now? Amoteku is still begging for arms to respond to the terrorists. Amoteku is still begging. That is why every well-meaning Biafran can never stand against this very bill. And this bill is going a long way to interpret to us the understanding of some people who claim to be fighting for you. They have no understanding. And these people are not followers. There's no way you can be a follower of Mazi Simon Ekpa and you stand against this bill. In the new dimension, one of the great messages Mazi Simon will preach is the message of self-defense. The knowledge of self-defense was what he impacted in every one of us. That we have the courage today to gather and raise funds to defend ourselves. Legally, not an illegal move. Legally, according to law. And the people who pretend to be his followers today are fighting against his legacy. Just like the other idiots who are fighting against the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will tell you, oh, Mazi Simon Ekpa is violence. Mazi Simon Ekpa is this. And these same people who are saying all this rubbish, we know you have seen the message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made this clear about the devil's alternative of the Fulani Janjaweed, both in uniform and off uniform. If you make peace, they will take you. If you do not go, they will take you. If you go, they will. Why don't you go and fight and secure? The only time you can even stand a chance of surviving is when you go up and defend yourself and fight. Why will any sensible person be working against the bill or speaking against the bill after the debate has been done and the majority carries the vote and the reasons where it must be applied is very, very understandable. Even Biafrans have been waiting for this opportunity for a very long time. And yet, some people have the courage to come out on their social media networks and platforms to speak against a legitimate bill that was meant to safeguard the life of Biafrans. They tried to twist it around, just as they have been doing every other thing. And that shows you that there are so many people today who claim to talk for Biafra that has nothing to offer you. They only depend on the project that is being pushed out by the United States of Biafra to safeguard the people. Then they will now get a content to begin to counter it. They are always in the counter. Always in the counter. I have never seen them bring any topic or bring any project out to defend them. I have never seen them bring anything out. From the moment our Prime Minister Mazi was taken away from us in communication, from that moment up to this moment, go and check how many new things have they introduced. Nothing. It's just extortion of money that they won't apply anywhere. Fundraising. Nothing, no project at all, nothing at all. But go and check how many new projects has the United States of Biafra under Dr. NgoziOrabueze unveiled within the space of how many months? How many things she have unveiled? How many successes have been made? How many meetings and letters have been written to international communities? And how many things she has done? How many bills have been passed? All they do is to castigate the bill, attack it, right, left, and center. The same thing the Department of Saboteur we are doing in the time of Mazen Nandeka. Instead of bringing solution, they were busy attacking Mazi Simon Ekpa. Instead of answering the questions of Biafrans, they were busy imposing themselves on Biafrans. While Mazi Simon Ekpa was answering the questions, providing solutions. And that was why today he becomes the bride of every Biafran. It is sad, but I hope that we are going to learn when we have the time. I want you to remember that the victors of yesterday, some of them are victims today. And the victors of today, some will be victims tomorrow. Because it is not happening in your village today doesn't mean it will not happen tomorrow. Because it has not affected your family today doesn't mean it will not affect it tomorrow. The earlier you retrace your step and focus on the right thing, the better for you. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell and my brother Greg. My beloved brother Maxwell, go ahead and take the mic and speak to us. Maxwell, let's hear you if you're there. Brother Max, are you there? Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, and good morning to you, Mazi Chicks. And good morning to Mazi Craig. Good morning to each and every one of you in the comment section. Like, share, and comment so that others will come in to join us. I just shared my own on space. I do not know whether they will come. I hope they will come. Good morning to Mazi Nnamdi wherever he is, the Prime Minister, the COS, DPM, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, his kitchen cabinet members, and those that are doing everything to help her succeed. And may I say, may God continue to bless each and every one of you. We are not fighting to invade anybody's land. We are not fighting to take over resources that belongs to other people. We are not fighting to, acquire more territory than what God has given to the Biafran people. We are only fighting for liberation and the freedom of that land and the people of Biafra. But the enemies within and outside, those outside the shores of Africa, are kicking against it simply because they know who you are and what you can do. It didn't start today. It started the day when you look at the history based on what is coming out today. You are the original Jews. Because Iranian scholars and historians, whatever they call them, is now coming out to speak the truth about the original Jews. You are the original Jews. And if you are going to doubt me, go and listen to Professor Lumumba. Is it Lumumba Jr.? Listen to him as well, and you will know that you are that special species. Whosoever that carries this complexion, this melanated skin that we have, know that you are from the soil. And it is from the soil that God, created us. So when you see your body, the body of that your brother and your sister, know that you are the oldest people that own this earth that God created and put here. They know you, they know who you are, they know the ingenuity that God has placed in you, whether you attend school or not. God has a way of using you to make changes in the world. But this is what they don't want us to do. They don't want us to harness the resources that is within our area in order to raise the living standard of our people. They say no, they will come using their stooges and proxies to deal with us. So that is the war that we are fighting. All those enemies within and outside. And we must do everything possible to make sure that they do not succeed. And as we are doing ours, Chukwu Okike Abiyama is already doing his. So do not be afraid. Going to the topic, there is no price that is not worth paying for freedom. No price that is not worth paying for to defend yourself and whatever that is yours. Self-defense, as it always said, is the right of every person, as long as you are on the right sense of mind or state of mind. Your state of mind is accurate, 100% or 99.9%. You are able to manipulate, to handle. You need training to have most of those things that you are going to use to defend yourself. Because if you don't know how to manipulate them, you can harm yourself and others. So you are self-defense. Those days when we were growing up, I saw my stepfather having so many of them. I saw him having so many of them. Just like Mazi Chuk said, in Plateau State, just when they discovered that these people are responding, I think that is a law, a physics law that says that for every equal, is it how do they say? Opposite reaction. How do they say this? Okay, I will find.
For every reaction, there will be equal opposite reaction.
Yes. See, so when they discovered that that was the case, the IGP of that time came out cunningly collected all their first line of defense, my people. They collected all their first line of defense and rendered these people helpless, armless, hopeless, making them believing that, oh, if anything, reach out to us. We are stationing a post over here. But before these people come, these police people will run away. They will took to their heels. They will run away, leaving the people empty at the mercy of these demons. They will ravage them, they will mutilate them, and they will buy the one that they can buy, and so on and so forth. Like what happened at the eve of Christmas, I think about a year or 2 years ago, in just Plateau State. One of them survived. He was the one that was saying that the person that came to his house to attack him and his family was mentioning his name. That is to tell you that they know them. They know them. Brothers and sisters in Biafra land, you have the right to defend yourself. The problem is this: how do we license those weapons, those first line of weapons that you are going to use to defend yourself? As long as these people, since these people are still, occupying our land? Who is going to register it for us? Mazichuk, this is another thing that we need to speak about. For people that have the financial, capacity to get, some of those things, who is going to register it for them and license it so that they will use it freely without any, problem with the invading and occupying force that is on the land? But I will advise them, if you can, from my own point, you know where you are, you know the problem that we are facing. You have to be careful, and you have to make sure that you keep it where nobody, only you will have access to. Anytime you want, just like these people that they to attack, and they had it in the governor, or you know what the governor and the deputy governor said, the woman there. You will use it and get prepared for these people. As soon as they come, then you use it to defend yourself. There is nobody that has life that will hear the sound of a gun or rifle that will not think twice coming into that direction. That is how it is, my people. And we must make sure that we help the United States of Biafran government, the BLA, in order to protect our land and our lives. This is the only thing we will do. The United Nations will not come and do it for us. European Union, who are also, accomplices, who are also accomplices with what is happening in Nigeria because of their economic interest. The US also, unless this man that come there that will maybe do something but he is not going to give us Biafra. He is not going to give us our freedom. He can only speak. He can speak. It is left for you and I to act as we are acting today and press harder so that nobody is going to take our land. No foreign body will come into. The more they come, the more they create more problem. Go and check everywhere in the world. They are doing the same thing in DRC. Democratic Republic of Congo, former Zaire. They are doing the same. UN has been there. God knows how many. I've never been there before. I never participated in that UN operation over there. SADC is there. South African regional body is there as well. East African regional body is there. 3 of them are there. But what have they given to them? Have they given them peace? Rather, they are using the same vehicles that's supposed to used to provide peace for these people to loot their gold bars and so many other things away from the land that they came to save. That is what these people do. And we must not allow that to happen. Our defense is on our hands. If we don't defend our land, if we don't defend ourselves, then, God forbid, we will become meat in the hands of these demons, including those that are, supporting them, aiding them amongst us. Thank you, and God bless you, Mazichus.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. You have made a very important point, and I just want to add something to that. There was a question you asked, and you equally answered it partially on the issue of licensing of the gun by Biafrans. And I want everybody to know that in the situation where we are now is a very different issue. It's a very different issue. We are now, we already have the United States of Biafra declared, and we are working with our government. Whatever Nigerian government is doing is their business. And we know that now, in as much as Biafra has been declared, we still have limitations to what we will do. We are still in exile, and we are planning to go back home as soon as possible to begin to implement things the way it should be. So the authorization of people to do what they have to do to defend themselves is the most important thing that we have to do now. When it comes to the issue of licensing, we cannot talk about the licensing now. All we have to say is that if you have such opportunity to go through by licensing in any way to maybe you can't be able to keep yourself safe or hide your arms or keep it in a safe place, you can go ahead and get your licensing wherever you want to get it from. But for the Biafran government, you have been authorized to defend yourself. The means on how you're going to get it or the money to get it or how you get that is left for you. Is part of the knowledge you have to apply. It's part of the work you have to do. It is part of the service you have to render to your country. When it comes to the issue of licensing, the situation now is very, very different. We know we are going against and we're fighting against a terrorist organization. When they are coming to us, the ammunition they come to us with, they are not licensed, and nobody asks them if they are licensed or not. So no Biafran should allow licensing to make him withdraw from what is. That is a very important advice our brother Maxwell gave here. A very important advice he gave. You must have to know how to keep your things. There are certain things we don't need to tell you online here. We'll begin to shout and talk about. There are certain things you need to do for yourself. Like so many of you that have thousands and millions of naira and pounds or whatever in your home, and you know how to hide them, you know where to keep them. That even if the earthquake happens in your house, you come back the following day, you take it. You must know how to protect yourself and keep them at the right place. But self-defense is something that you must not allow anything to hinder you, not even the licensing. Not even the licensing. Because the person that is coming to you to take your life is not licensed. He doesn't take permission from anybody. And we know that Biafrans like to follow things orderly. We want to follow things orderly. We don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to make sure that things are perfect. But in this scenario, that is why the government have weighed in to give you that permission to defend yourself and equip yourself. The next stage is to prepare yourself. The preparation of yourself, the training to yourself, you are going to do it yourself. Don't wait for the government. The government already have a responsibility and they are discharging their duty in the Liberation Army, equipping the Liberation Army, training the Liberation Army, and doing everything they have to do. But when it comes to individuals, your training, providing the equipment for yourself, and keeping it safe lies in your own hand. And you must play that role as somebody who is ready to fight for his freedom. It's your sole responsibility. In other people of the world, even in developed countries, they are doing it. But I know our own situation is different. Equally, in our own land, you can train yourself on some of this equipment. Just like the bill was also passed for people to be able to provide things that they can use to defend themselves. You can manufacture things to defend yourself. You can make your manufacturer. You can do things and produce things that you can use to defend yourself. All this is we are done to give people that courage, that morale. Because I know our people, some of them have been waiting for this opportunity. They don't want to offend anybody. They don't want to do. But in the situation we are, it is the only alternative that we have to apply. Train yourself. Some of this training, you can get it online. Some of this training, you can get it offline. In our acquisition of the arms, you can make the inquiries online. You can make it offline. These things, we are in 21st century. It is no longer like the time of 1967. In this century, in this century we are, you can stay in your room, and you read your book to Cambridge and get your certificate. You can get any qualification, any training you want in your room, just in your room. You get your training and you perfect it.
Mazuchus, can I come in here?
Yeah, come in. You're going, my brother.
Excuse me. Thank you so much. You see, weapon handling is a very serious training. Weapon handling is a very serious training. You need to be perfect. You need to be sound. You see, that is the reason why a group of people is set aside and trained to carry out that duty. Even the trained ones, there is what we call accidental discharge. I have witnessed one in my presence while I was in Liberia, Ecomo. A fellow soldier, not knowing that his safety is open. We just came back from breaking patrol. I commanded them. I have to go in for board of inquiry to explain as the leader of the team. You see, the instruction is given. It's a routine thing that you do. You make safe. You do all the necessary things. You make safe. You remove your magazine. Do all the things that you do. You make safe and return and drop your letter back to letter S. That is safe. Even if there is bullet inside the chamber, you draw this, it will not fire because already you have made safe. But this guy, overjoyous that we have come back after 7 days in the forest, he came back to at least have some sleep and so on and so forth. He forgot that his safety is on the round, whereas the bullet was in the chamber. He placed it on the floor, and everybody, because we were tired, everybody came down and we lay down on the floor just to take fresh air. Immediately, everybody were dismissed. I dismissed them. Immediately, he tried to take. I'm giving you an example and my own live experience. He drew the rifle from the trigger section. Bah! He entered his colleague at the waistline. This guy was vomiting excreta because he passed everything. The reason why is life. Because whatever that you are handling there is capable of taking the life of anybody instantly. Within a microsecond, that person is gone. Remember, bullet travels in microseconds, faster than sound. That is the reason why it is agreed that no people are set aside to do this. But in our own situation, Massachusetts, we are incapacitated. So what do? Our people in our homeland, there are so many of them that we can speak to. Even the generals on the ground, those that are holding the grounds, if they have opportunity, at least maybe something like circular or pamphlets to our people, and those that can read it can explain it to them. But you cannot operate what you have never seen before. That is the simple truth. You cannot operate what you have not seen before. Our people, just like, how did these Fulani people training their own women and children? Are they better than us when it comes to, training? Our people can do it. Our people can do it. It's just to keep them in such a manner that whatever that comes, equip them first, whatever that comes into their hand, they can use it to fight off immediately those demons, just like they came to Ebonyi State. So this is what I am saying. Or we have some kind of this decentralization now you spoke about in various places. Like those flashpoints, once we dictate those flashpoints, Enugu, Ebonyi State, Olo, parts of Anambra, Delta State, there are places over there that are typical flashpoints, and they continue to attack those areas on daily basis. When they stop, maybe next year, in 2 months' time, they will still come back there to intimidate them and buy them. These flashpoints, Mazuchuk, these are the areas that we have to find out and make sure that we get people, the villagers, who are real Biafrans that can at least hold on to that while the Biafran Defense Force is doing their own. That is the suggestion I have here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Maswell. We are just saying the same thing. I believe that Biafrans are listening. The only thing we are passing information for you here is that for you to know that the government will not do everything for you. When it comes to self-defense, it is about you, not the government of Biafra. When it comes to self-defense, it is about you, not the government of Biafra. The government of Biafra will do their own part to the least, they will do it to the highest level. The primary objective of the Biafran government is to protect life and properties, and we must continue to support the government to make sure that things are done right. But when it comes to Self-defense. Every one of us have a role to play. You have the role to play in training yourself, just as our brother Maxwell, who is on that field, have advised. Some of these things, you don't have to wait for the government to come and train you and give you, even acquiring it. There are means of doing all those things. And when you get to acquire it, the person that are going to acquire it, they can give you some educations. They can give you some education and teach you on what to do and what not to do. And on your own self, you can make inquiries on how to do this and how to do that. This is our things we can do for ourselves. But if we fold our hands and continue to wait for the government, our government now has a limitation, which every one of us have to know. There is no denial of that. We have limit to where we can go. We have limit to what we can do. We have limit to the areas we can cover. And there are so many limitations, and we must not overlook this. That is why it has become necessary that everyone must put hand on deck to pursue the self-defense for it to be successful. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Maxwell. And let us hear from Greg. Greg, let's hear from you. Go ahead and speak to us, Greg. Let's hear you out.
Good morning. Good morning. I remember me. Good morning. I'm my brother too. To everybody. To Biafrans. Yes, we are still on need. Self-defense is the right to every human being. Self-defense is our own right. Nobody can take it away from us. You know, after passing these laws, our brothers who are on the other side, they started making jest of it. I was laughing. I was asking myself, I don't know if these people have been following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or recently our Prime Minister Simon Ekpan, on his recent statements. So I can just understand why people are just knowing the truth and attacking the truth. The Biafrans are dying every day. The Biafrans are being killed in Abuja, in Kaduna, in Kano, in Lagos, and many other places. And we are crying. And this recent time is now in our own house, in our own homes. You know, when you go out and people fight you outside, it's a quite different thing than when people come to your house, direct in your own apartment and fight you, and they kill you and they go free. So sometimes I will start thinking about it. Some group of people come in a daytime, and attack a community, and attack a church. Even in the night, a group of individuals in the church, maybe the church that might be about 200 or more people, or 300 or more people, and a group of people that might come and might be around 5 will come and they kill about 10 there, and they will go and they will escape and they will go unchallenged. And somebody come up with a suggestion that let every Biafrans defend themselves. Let every churches defend themselves. Let every market defend themselves. Let every community and let every families set up a defense. And somebody standing somewhere and start attacking it. I think what they're supposed to do was, after this bill was passed, the discussion was supposed to be, fine, we are happy for having this bill. So we'll have to go home and sit down and think how we can apply these ideas. No, they said no. Why must Dr. NgoziOrabueze come and pray? They start calling her Ngozi Fulani. So I start talking rubbish because the idea did not come from them. Everybody is not gifted. Try to identify what you are able to do in life. Don't force yourself into what you cannot do. There is people who their gift is bringing out ideas, and there are some people who their gift is to those ideas, to know how to apply those ideas, and it will work perfectly. That is why somebody will draw a plan and somebody will come and build it. That plan, and it will stand. Maybe that person that is, you give a pencil or pen to draw a plan for a house or whatever. Maybe when you give him a block, he might not even know how to set it. But when you draw when he comes, his gift is to map out the plan, how it's supposed to be. And someone will sit down and read those plans and start doing what? Start placing the blocks. Start placing the what do you call it? The beams, the pillars where they're supposed to be. And that is the work of those people. And the house will stand. But when somebody brings an idea on what's supposed to be done, you start attacking it. Only to make sure that idea did not work. And when we were talking about these things, you went back and you see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have all thought about this idea for a long time. And when the president attack on our people in Lagos and many other places, Simon Ekpan promised that he's going to do the same. And that is what this woman have done today. And we are applauding that woman to say, yes, you are doing it as our own PM planned it, because these things are what is in his template. But people are start attacking every good thing. They will attack one day when food will enter their mouth. They will eat, they will bite their mouth and say food is not supposed to enter this mouth because this Ngozi is when they say people must eat.
Yes, so mad people.
Yeah. So wickedness and evil is not something that people are supposed to be promoting. What they're supposed to promote is how can we achieve this idea and how can we carry it out and it works for us. It is for Biafrans, it's not for Dr. NgoziOrabueze. If NgoziOrabueze is selfish, you can count how many Biafrans that is up to her own level. She will just stay in America, do whatever she wants to do with her children, and they will live forever without no trouble. She had made it. So why must she be giving concern for his family in Biafra land? Biafra is his home. And anything she will do it to make sure that Biafra is secured. So that is what everybody is talking about. Self-defense. That our people must defend themselves. Now, who are those people they're hoping that will defend them? The military. The military cannot be everywhere. The Biafran military cannot be everywhere at every given time. So they need assistance in some areas, and that area is self-defense. So that before you call the military, you must have started doing something to defend yourself. Let's take for an example, in this, what do you call it, choosing church, they attacked and killed many people. Had it been there's somebody who is holding a pump action, when those people came and that person even only shoot it up, boom, 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 they will look back and they will know that it's an opposite reaction. If they wanted to kill 10 people, maybe they will kill only one and run away because they will hear a shot of gun and know that the danger is around. But because they felt no no a threat at all. They kill as number of the people they want, and then they packed away. And that is what we are talking about, self-defense. Self-defense. The idea is, how do we train our people to understand how they can defend themselves? How can these informations go around for people to know what they're supposed to do when such a thing come up? These are the ideas that people are supposed to be bringing out now. How do we pass this information to our people? And how do we make sure that this information work? And this idea of self-defense work, that is what our people are supposed to be thinking at this point in time. Not attacking somebody who brought his people to defend themselves. So, and you see that our governors are not doing anything. The people you trust, they trust their life into are not doing anything. Instead, they're all keeping quiet. They are forming gangs that will protect their vote for the next election. They are forming gangs that will protect their criminality in next election. That is what they are busy doing. People might be thinking that Soludo is forming, calling for security because if I form a security that will still vote for him, that will carry a ballot box for him, and unfortunately for him, he died before the election. So what Soludo have to do is to go and take those people that he recruited, and he died, and he asked them, because if Oba is no more there, nobody to pay those people again, so they have to fall back to Soludo, because these people were people who if Oba formed to fight Soludo during the time of coming election. But people don't understand it. Now Soludo say, okay, come back now and have the job and fight for me, not fighting for the people. So now, what are we talking about? The bill. This bill is to safeguard our people. This bill is to safeguard our people, and our people must take it serious. Both the ones in Biafra land and both the ones in the outside Biafra, the ones living in Abuja and Lagos, that their life is always in danger. They will not think that this bill is only for people who are back home. No. It's also for people who are living in Abuja, Lagos, people who live in outside the Igbo land. They should know that for them to defend themselves anywhere they are, so that what happened to the town of 67 or 66 or whatever will not happen to them again. That before they will kill you, at least you get 2 or 3 people down, and you know that you are not going alone. And when they know that you have something to fight against them, they will not come in that way. They will come and kill our people anyhow in anywhere they are living. So they should try to communicate with the government and ask questions. Please, we living in Lagos and Abuja, how can we do? Then the government will be giving them directions. That's what they're supposed to be doing by now. So, coming to the, what do you call it? The training. The government will know how to manage about the training. That's what they're supposed to be. When you bring out a program, you plan the strategy, how that program will work. So that's my message to the government in this very present time. Let the government plan how it will work. I know they must have something in their mind, how it will work. So let them plan it and know how to reach to our own people. Thank you, Mr. Chus, for now. Let me give chance for other people to speak.
Thank you so much, my brother Greg. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. You've spoken well. I appreciate you. Akonyo Wethere, go ahead and talk to us. Akonyo Wethere, let's hear you. You've been there. Are you there? Okay. Let's hear you.
I'm there. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Akonyo Wethere. Yeah.
Good morning to my uncle Greg and Uncle Kafo. I greet everybody. We are on it again this morning, talking about our country. But Uncle Chooks, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
So I would want anybody to answer me. So my question is, we have redeclared our country, and now we are a country, and we are looking for recognition. So my question is, what and what are we supposed to be doing? That's the first one. The second one is, are we going to be doing things without proper documentation? So that's my question.
Okay.
If you can answer, or if anybody can help
Firstly,
me.
what we'll be doing after declaration and what we have to do, everything that we have to do, I think was stated very clear. I've played the video several times by Master Simon Epa, and this government also has spoken about it in terms of pursuing recognition and also restoration fully on the ground. And it was made clear by our Prime Minister and the government of the day that this is not something that is going to happen in 1 day or 2 days. It is going to take time. All we need is consistency and continue to pursue that recognition. It will come. What we have to do as a government today is to continue to write to international bodies and countries that are concerned, countries that have influence, continue to reach out with them. And so many of those countries have been written. Most of them, the government of the day have posted online and it is in public. The people have been consulted. Many governments of the world have been consulted. Many organizations have been consulted. They're written officially, not just by speaking online. Official letters have been delivered to places where you deliver, and while you wait for response. Recognition will come, and it will come when it will come. It is not something that's going to happen in a day or 2 or 3. It will take time. Master Simon Ekpa himself made it very, very clear. All we need is consistency and continue to pursue what we are doing. When it comes to, again, documentation on what we are doing as a government, everything that is being done by this government is documented. Every single thing is being documented, both inside and outside, both in the cabinet meeting and everything. Their documents are being kept. And whatever we are doing today is going to be documented. But I want you to know, when we are talking about documentation, every one of us should know that in as much as Biafra have been declared, we are still fighting to be on the ground. We are still in exile. The government is still operating from exile until we are established, restored fully on the ground. And that is the area we are now. Pursuing the restoration on the ground and recognition. These two things are very important, but it's not going to happen in a twinkle of an eye. So also know that there are limitations to what we can do from a distance. There are limitations. There are certain things that Biafrans on their own have to also join and do. And there are things that we have to manage the way it is until we come on ground and begin to make implementations. As for record are being kept in everything that is done by the government.
Okay. Thank you very much. I am aware of all you said, but I have my reasons of asking you this question. Okay. One of my reasons is that you are part of the cabinet when Simon was still around physically with us. And glory be to God, you are still part of the government now. And it then means that everything that Simon had as a plan, as collective plan, not that he pushed it out by himself and tried to stand on it, that it should be done his ways, was a collective opinion that you people had before you push it to the public. Now, the reason why I asked you the question is that if all these things was made known to you people, why is it that Sonny Akparawa, Ogen Kere, and the people that believe in them are seeing whatever this new government cabinet discuss and bring it outside as working against Biafra? And my second reason of asking for documentation, I still understand the question and the answer, but I want to hear it from your mouth, because people fighting this bill that is being passed, will I say that they are naive, or will I say that they are stupid?
You're just
We are
being mischievous.
fighting for recognition, and we keep on generating documents of the way we organize ourselves, of the way we want our country to be, that will be different from where we want to live. In US, I think very much that they have such law, such bill passed into law for everybody to possess arm. In Nigeria, they have it, but it is after the war. They made it so difficult that a commoner, a layman, will not be able to have any firearm in his possession. Now, we now call ourselves, I'm not talking to Sonny and his group, we now call ourselves a new nation, of which all of them agreed, that made every one of them that have the opportunity and the privilege to be in Finland, to gather in Finland last year, and made everybody happy, made their believer then, as we believe in the Greek, we were all happy. We cheered you people up. We in the homeland, we made sure that we have enough data to stream you people live. Barely 24 hours, they busted out and ruined our joy. And ever since then, they have not had any topic of their own. Rather, whatever you people do, they bring it out to analyze. So I'm using this medium this morning to tell them that if they are still naive, because I don't believe, they should wake up, because whatever USB headed by Ngozi Orabueze does is for proper documentation and for it to be made public. Nigerian government just proscribed IPOB, and we discussed it on this platform. And I did say that the reason why they rush to proscribe indigenous people of Biafra is so that when they will start raining attack on us, they will be morally right. The law will guide them that they are fighting a terrorist, as they are fighting in the north, as they occasionally do in the north when they want. It was not up to a week. They attacked Ebonyi State. They attacked Delta. They attacked because Showore, if they like, they should continue to say that they are not Biafra. But they attacked their place, those that are close to Ijo.
Yes.
Now, our government, because me, I believe in USB, they now come up to make it official, to properly document it, that such bill is passed so day, because I saw the draft, the act. They now make it official, properly document it, that we agreed that every Biafran should bear arms. Now, the gullibles, those that are still swimming in naivety, now want to make it a topic. I don't think it is right for somebody that calls himself a man not to have opinion of himself, not to think for himself. Because I believe that whoever that is pushing Ogenkere and his group is the one thinking for the entire group. So that is the little thing I will say to them this morning. Then to the bill. Me, I'm in the homeland. I'm in Nigeria. And I will say one thing. I'm from Ebonyi State. Fulani will not cross my village. Not because Biafra just passed the bill. The reason why is that far back, long time ago, my village has made it impossible for Fulani to penetrate. My village organized themselves in a way that Fulani will not see a chance to give money to our Igwes and the head of the village. At a time, my own dad was the secretary of my village. And my dad did grow at Ugwu Hausa. He can speak Hausa to an extent, and he understands Hausa. They came, and my dad spoke with them in Hausa. The man, his name was Suleiman. He now tried to bribe my dad. My dad told him that it is not possible. Even if I should collect money from you, that I will take you back to the council of elders. If they agreed that we should collect money, we would then collect money. They now went back to the forest and tried to shoot, maybe kill one of their cow. And the man called my dad that, you know, we do not eat dead animal, that the villagers should come and carry it. My dad called everybody, they went and carried the cow. We shared it. The next day, they now took their cow to go and graze on the farmland where people farmed. My parents and all the villagers, they called them that if it is because of the dead cow that you people give to us, we give you people 24 hours to leave our land. I know I'm putting up this story. Those places that Fulani penetrate, that they're attacking, two things made them to attack them. They study wherever they go more than us. The villagers are corrupt, as in the people that are leading, the elders and the leaders of the village, they are corrupt. And secondly, they did not have it in mind to defend themselves. My village, almost everybody owns a gun. Even police, it is hardly that police will intimidate us. There was a time they mount roadblock, they collect money, they use to mobilize and chase them away. We catch 4 police, we took them to a pit. The DPO came and bailed them from our hand. So what I'm trying to say is that Igbo, we should sit up. We should not attack Ngozi that she passed a bill, which is a concession that they reached at, that they will pass this bill to make it official that everybody should bear. If you have your gun, you have whatever you can defend yourself with, that you should know that the government backs you so that you can legally use it to defend yourself. Now they are attacking them. So my brothers and sisters, I'm trying to tell anyone that is still in doubt whether the bill will help us or whether the bill will not help us. That is why I shared a little bit story of my village. And that is how it is. There are so many villages in Igbo land that Fulani will not cross. And if you know that the people leading you, the elders in your village, are corrupt, you have to go and tell them. You have to call. When our government said that they want to decentralize military, they fought it. They fought against it. People that understand, we welcome the idea. So is this one. It's a welcome development. Onye ọbụla na-ekwu okwu ọgụ nwere onwe a, let me speak in Igbo. Onye ahụ mara ihe ọ na-achọ. I always say it here. I do not come to Chook Survivor platform because anybody introduced me to it. Even if I got the handle through a platform that it was shared on. I came, I sit down, I listen to him, how he reasoned. I decided to follow him. If I stop coming, I own up to the responsibility. Let us go into this struggle knowing what we want. Exactly. Not because my friend called me into the struggle. Not because my people are into the struggle. Go into the struggle, know what you want, and if you know what you want, the picture of what you want will be bigger than any personality that you are looking up to. Because anytime that such personality want to run astray, you will be the one to run, collect the picture from his hand, or abandon him and focus so that we will reach where we are going. I wouldn't want to say that I am happy for what happened in my state. I am a bit happy and a bit sad. Those areas are the area of Dave Umahi and all other APC politicians from my side. If they are people, if they are hearing me, leave Dave Umahi, leave what are their names? They will not care for you. Go to the grassroots. Meet your Igwe or your Elder, chairman of your community. Watch over them. Do not let them to collect money from Fulani. Gather yourself up. If anybody want to tell you that you should not get armed, get armed. I do not brag that if Fulani kill anybody from my village, I will leave the city where I am. I will go down home. I'm not waiting for USB to send me money. I will kill any Hausa man wherever I see him, wherever I see the Hausa people, because I know what I want. And I'm not saying it to make myself proud. I have said it in your platform. Kedike sekwu na ekele akpa ike bụ na ọ nọ na ide mmiri. Ọ cross wa Abakaliki ọwụrụ anụ. So onye ọbụla sit up and onye ọbụla kwụsị build personality. See build when institution.
Exactly.
Kwụsị legara mmadụ anya, kwụsị build mmadụ. Yes. Simon is from my place. He's no longer in the picture. Who is in the picture? Who is at the front line now? Ngozi. Is she doing it right as of today? Yes. Which office is she occupying? The head of our movement. Let us look at that office. Guide that office jealously. The mess we are in today is the default of DOS. Had it been they learned their lesson on time, even up to today, they've not find it necessary to learn their lesson.
Not at all.
We will not be in this mess. And to Akparawa, to Vam and to their crew, I don't know where they reason from. They are making mess of themselves every day. I've not seen them discuss anything. A country you are bringing by law. Is Biafra an organization that you are drafting by law? Nnamdi said, whatever you know you will do to get Biafra, go and do it. If it is by laws that you will use to get Biafra, continue with it. Ị ga-asị maka na ịbụ onye nnobi n'iya na ndị nnobi si ga-alụ n'onye ọcha, ị hapụ ya ihe ga-efavor gị ka ị na-eme. Ngozi is favoring us because we are rational in our reasoning. We are not fools and we are not naive. So leave us and focus. And leave Ngozi and do Akparawa. If he had not learned his lesson, You should go and ask Benue people, the Middle Beltans, what they are facing. They took the war from Nigeria. They fought Igbos. Many of them have confessed and begged Igbo. Even during Namdi, they begged Namdi. Benue people begged Namdi.
Of course.
The governor of Benue State then begged Namdi. If Sonny did not, if they did not sit up, or the Southern, they should mark today's date. I will say it. The time will come, they will look for Igbo. Because when Fulani will lose ground in Igbo land, maybe they are partnering with Fulani. They mock us, they call us fools, they call us traitor. I will still be alive to mock them. They will kill them. He should better disease from insulting Igbo people and go and look after his land. Because Nnamdi told not, you will be thinking of how to kill Igbo. Bandits will take over your land. And what is happening today is just starting. It's just starting. I yield here for others to talk. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother Akonye. You have just nailed it. You have just nailed the topic, and I bet you nothing is remaining. You made it open, and that is the joy I have in this channel. Everybody have to open ground to express yourself. Just like our Prime Minister, Mazi Samoneko. Anything that Mazi Samoneko explained and he didn't understand it, I bet you will never, ever understand it again. We always try as much as possible to break things into pieces that people will pick it up so that you wouldn't complain tomorrow and say, oh, I didn't know. Oh, I was not told. Oh, I was mistaken. Oh, somebody confused me. Everybody is listening. And this very speech of our brother Akonye was able to come with a very strong example. The effectiveness of self-defense. It is a truth that is before people's eye. I don't know why some people fail to see it. There are simple examples that are before you. You don't go to the home of somebody that has arms to go and shout and make noise or embarrass him or to go and threaten him. You don't do that. It doesn't matter whether your head is up to heaven. It doesn't matter how tall or how rich or how proud you are. A man that is armed, when you are going to his house to confront him, you will think twice. You will think twice. I have told you a story of how somebody used ordinary knockout to scare criminals from his place, and they never came back again. Ordinary knockout. In your compound, if you have a dog in your compound, a dog, that dog can become a very strong defense. Sometimes not an expensive dog, not even a giant, ordinary a cookie that you have in your compound that is backing provides security that you can't even imagine. That somebody is coming today to talk against self-defense of the people. When there are numerous examples where self-defense, just like example our beloved brother have given, and somebody confirmed also on the comment section that in his own village also they are more than prepared. They don't allow anybody to come and embarrass them, whether terrorists in uniform or off uniform. You don't dare it, and they are united. And one of the good advice that was also provided here is that wherever you come from, whether you are living abroad or you're living at home, because sometimes people at home are very fearful in confronting all these traditional rulers. Sometimes people at home, they are scared. They don't want to confront all these their Igbes and all these criminals that are serving the Fulanis. So the people living abroad, you have a role to play. That person that is your traditional ruler, call him and find out what he is doing. If he is one of those working for Fulani, give him an ultimatum, warn him seriously. Let him step aside. Let him step aside. We are talking about the security of life and property of Biafran people. If you are living abroad, try to get the contact to your own traditional ruler. And some of us living abroad, we are calling them, but you don't say anything. You call them to go and pay homage to them. You call them to get chieftaincy title for them. You call them for them to recognize them and give you one big name. They give you one name, one useless name or the other. That is what you call them to do. You don't call them to reprimand them or to find out what they are doing to secure your village. Time has come that those of us living abroad, when you call your community, if you are not calling, try to get the number of the person in charge of your own community. That's your traditional ruler. Up to your own kindred, get their number. The person that's in charge of your kindred, the person that's in charge of your own village, the person that's in charge, get their number. Those traditional rulers. Sometimes make inquiries about them. Call them and caution them on what they're doing. Not only to call them to go and take traditional title. They will go and name you Ochirora. When you are not doing anything, you're not cheering anybody. Or when meanwhile, you are the darkness in the city. You go and take a big title. For where? Useless to them. That is what they do. They call from abroad to get title. You just call, to get title. Whatever he does, it doesn't matter. You call from abroad, you send him money, you send him cars. They are selling your... You can't even ask questions of the things that matters in your village. You don't ask questions. Anytime you call is to get a title, so that when you come to village meeting, they will put your name. Or maybe you want to put your name in one of the road. You want to make one road, name one road in your name. That is when you remember and call them. But when it comes to the security of life and property of the people, of the poor people in your neighborhood, you don't even talk about. You don't care. You don't care. You don't care. You just want to call him and let this road in your street be your name. Time has come. When we are talking about this self-defense, it is from top to bottom. Anybody that is going to stand against that self-defense to shake it, pull that person out, no matter who it is. Whether you are living abroad or at home, call that person and give him a serious warning. If they don't change, chase them out. There are ways to chase those idiots out. All those traditional rulers you see, most of them, they fear more than you. They fear more. You are the one that make them strong. It is the support you are giving them from abroad and that is making them proud and strong. They are nobody. They are nothing. When you see those wrong ones, the only thing that can make a traditional ruler strong is when he's doing the right thing and the people stand with him. Not when you are moving around with criminals, you terrorizing people, selling your land to Fulani, selling your land to criminals, and you don't want anybody to talk. This time, everybody have to wake up and begin to do their part. My beloved brother Okafor, go ahead and speak to us. Sorry for keeping you for that long. Speak to us, my brother.
Thank you, my brother Chu. No. My lovely brother. Chai, may God bless you.
Bless you too, my
brother. May God bless you. May God bless you. I pray that you will be alive, your children will be alive, and will celebrate Biafra, and will enjoy Biafra. And so shall it be. In the name of Chukwu. I greet everybody in the house. I stand on the existing protocol. I say it shall be way for United States of Biafra.
You see?
No weapon fashioned against United States of Biafra that will prosper.
You see?
The God who created United States of Biafra will defend us. It will protect us against the evil invaders.
You see?
In the name of Chukwu.
You see?
Coming to the issue on ground, I thank Chukwu for a day like this. This is a day have made that your children will be rejoiced and be glad on it. Want to thank him for giving all the grace to be among the living. He said, may his name be highly exalted in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
It pains me so much that the people of God are not behaving like the people, the children of God. Please, there's something I want to say before I continue. Please, my brother Chooks, you are the member of the cabinet. Please help me talk to other people in the cabinet. If our deputy prime minister bring out an opinion, an order. Please, if you are not pleased with it, every one of you have her number. Call her, discuss with her. Not coming out when our deputy prime minister come out on air to address the world, to address the Biafran. You come out to open your mouth to encounter the decision. How dare the person to open his or her rubbish mouth to encounter that order? I said last time, I'm praying and I'm still praying, every saboteur that is still in that cabinet must be exposed.
You say?
Enough is enough of this rubbish. Enough. Please. I'm sorry, you know, we the spiritual people, we operate spiritually. I'm not posting anything from Adadi or Ramma. Not that I don't like her, but I don't understand where she is. Tomorrow you will see her in this part. The next day you will see her in the other part. Please, every freedom fighter must be bold like lion. Must speak like a lion. Bible says if you are not hot and you are not cold, God will spit you out from his mouth. So you cannot stay, you are not up, you are not down. Please, we don't need all this rubbish on this journey now. We are now a nation. With that devil like it or not, the Lord have done it. The Lord have done it. Why should we be listening to fools, intellectuals? If you are a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Okukalu, may his days be long. If you are a follower of Obato Obie, the peace ambassador, may his days be long. You cannot be dancing. You cannot be dancing. You should know where you stand. You should know where you stand. You should know where to follow. You should know what to do. I am very, 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 very sorry for all these saboteurs that are deceiving themselves. Instead, they are deceiving us. Very soon, the Almighty God will separate the shaft. My Wadiana, I thank you. I did see you for other platforms. I appreciate you so much. You are once a military officer, work with intelligence. My brother, whether license or no license, Wadiana, we are going to protect ourselves. We are going to defend ourselves. We should know the strategy that these demons are using now. Buhari started by disarming every community, then allow his own terrorists to invade and kill people, slaughter them. Because they know that if they come, people will resist and fight back. They first use that strategy, disarm every community, and they told you that attack to the Boko Haram is the attack to the Northerners. Fools! You don't want to understand where then they go and know what we are talking about. It is time. It is time. Is overdue. But thank God that the lioness, she's working according to the template. Our leader told us that we should follow Simon Ekpa. That Simon Ekpa is bringing a new dimension into this struggle, into this awareness. And some people, out of jealousy, out of their selfish interest, they decide not to obey. The pharaohs of our time, the heroes of our time, that feel that Christ is supposed to come from their own family, they now decide, and now decide to turn everything upside down, a wicked can never go unpunished. Make everybody mark my word. All of them must come to pass. I say nothing will happen to Hamadike. Nothing will happen to Obatu Obie.
You say?
And so shall it be. God is the one piloting the affair of this movement. So please, Biafrans, wake up. Wake up anywhere you are. It is time. Our government have given us the authority, given us the power to defend ourselves. You know, ask yourself a question, why is your president is not invited in a Donald Trump inauguration? The giant of Africa. You should ask yourself a question now. You should ask yourself a question. Sabotua, deceiver. He have used the other one to deceive. Now it's as if that one now, people don't they know him now, change to another one. And the people, senseless fools, no ask themselves a question. What of the documents that this criminal have signed on behalf of Biafrans with that name? Una no fee ask. Una no fee ask a question. Where is these people leading? These fools leading you people to? You call yourself a doctor. You call yourself a professor. You call yourself this and that. Look at the fools where they lead you, they direct you. Where are you going? Since all this while now, tell me one program where these people don't bring out. Is it not clear to you that these people are in the same page with the DOS? Is this one never tell you that there's people that these fools are working for? Please, let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Like as I was saying, the terrorists that are coming to terrorize our place and kill our people, whose license are they coming with? Who licensed their guns? Why is it that no one among them that are being persecuted for one day? Then they invent our villages. Whose Fulani camp they don't invent for this life? Make una tell me. Animals, where una no go reason, get una sense. All these people where una they follow, where una they call the politicians in the southeast and the south. My brother, tell me one thing where they don't do for you. And tell me anyone among them where the children they with you, they feel the same thing you are feeling. Tell me, and why are you following them? How many times is still go chukuna for eye where una go get sense? People that are preparing for their own, making their own way, thinking how we go please them, without minding with how many of your life that will be involved. All they want is just to satisfy themselves. I'm still saying it, and I will continue to say it. The worst enemy of a man is a member of his own household, says the word of God. The enemies we have is the enemy within. Till we begin to identify them, which our governors and our ministers and our igwes and so on and so idiots are number one. If we don't settle it in the house, how can we come to settle it outside? You see people that are bringing people to kill you for their selfish interest, you are still rubbing mind with them. You are still playing with them. I don't understand. I don't get it. That how many days now where our leader went for questioning, that everything has turned upside down, is a shameful thing. It's very, very shameful. Ogenkere and the coast on Yakbarawa and Ajalerere, fool. These people are our enemies. They are our enemies. Madam Azuka, I get what make me like that woman. Oh. That woman just they her own. He never come out to fight anything. Maybe he has said this woman they fight against the struggle. Show you that even if she make mistake, she's still on the struggle. Bible said that women are weaker vessel. She's still, I never hear anything contrary from that woman. Please let us put our house in order first. Let us clean our house. If we are cleaning our house, the dust alone no go even give outside a gap to come inside. They will wait outside and wait till we clean our house finish. And if we clean our house finish, we'll follow them bumper to bumper. You cannot carry skure inside bag and they are going to plant corn. So you have to destroy the skure in your bag before you went to farm to plant that corn. Enough is enough. Let us, my brother, it is a time for everybody now to come out to who go remain, let you remain. That's what our leader says. Even if one person remain, Biafra will come. It is the time. The killing, the blood I see since 2-3 weeks now, I am not happy. See, the day I hear that they lay ambush for our gallant men, I know fee it. God heaven bear me witness. My family, see, I know get myself for few days. I know get myself. I know get myself because I know that the hand of the enemies is the one that caused this. Now the enemies, if not, my brother, and you get another thing where I want to talk, please, my brother, no vessel. You get what I want to talk. We have languages that we abandoned that our forefathers use against the colonial masters. Some of those languages will come back. We'll put it to one of our languages so that the enemies will not hear us when we are discussing. They are there. They're on the ground there. So please, I'm still on ground.
Thank you.
I'm still on ground.
Thank you.
Everybody. I appreciate. Good luck, my brother.
Thank you so much for your contribution. You have spoken very well. That is the spirit of Biafra. You have spoken very well. But I want everybody to calm down and take it easy. Take it easy when we are discussing about the bill, just like a statement you are making when it comes to the line of thought of our beloved sister, Adadi Oramma, her line of thought. Let us not judge her with that line of thought first. Let us continue to carry everyone along. In that very meeting, it was aired live, and you see so many other people had a different opinion. But I believe with what Biafrans are saying today, this discussion we are having and what they have now found out, many of them will have a very change of mind. And that is the beauty of democracy. That is the beauty of democracy. You know, that very program was held live. And I thank Chukwu Okeke that it was done live. That is the importance of doing those things live. When you do it live, you see people's opinion and their line of thought. And many of us will be learning in the process. When issues start, maybe in the first time you have a different stand. But when explanation begins to come, time and time again, you begin to have a different idea and you begin to change your mind on what you thought is right. That is why it is not good to take action fast. It is even better to speak last than to speak first. So most times, let us not judge her yet. Don't judge her with that. Let us just focus and continue. The decision have been making. Democracy is the word, and the bill have been passed. And as we continue to elaborate, as we are discussing here, explaining, people who didn't understand will begin to understand and they begin to fall in line. So let us not attack anybody or mention anybody's name or begin to antagonize anybody. No. We know who our real enemy are. We know those who are not with us. We know them. Those ones that have already wear the cap. Any project we bring, they begin to analyze it. We know how to treat them. Thank you so much, my beloved Okafor. I appreciate you for that contribution. And let us hear from Divine Precious. Divine, let's hear from you. Divine, go ahead and speak to us. Divine Precious, let's hear you.
Thank you so much, my brother Chase,
You're
Honorable
welcome,
Chase.
my sister.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're
And
welcome.
the other people in the house, good afternoon, Biafrans. But my brother my brother just go last week, but he metụgo aka na that area about ewepụta ihe na cabinet ma ọ na-eme ihe na our DPM kwu okwu mmadụ encounter ya. Yes, ọ dị very correct na that ihe na onye ma ihe dị na gọọmenti ga-ama the position, and especially ọ bụgodu na ị against anything, you don't count you may ya private because all a sign of respect. Mana ịma na problem anyị bụ na most of the time, one bụ na discipline anyị dị very very poor. Ya just kpọrọ onye ọbụla kpọbata na gọọmenti bụ mana amamihe a sometimes a na-asọ na-adabara onye amamihe ya na forget kwa na ị ga-anụ na mmadụ si gị na ya na mmụọ na ezi mmụọ na ihe na not na mmụọ na-akwa ezi that person ozi try to understand me, because even Mbaka as we know him as a great, even today nka na respect the man mana nchetakwacha some of ihe o mere nsikwa mmadụ na ọ bụ na onye anọrọ abroad na ọ ga-anọ na set ọ dịka mkpali, but ọ bụghị mkpali. No, ihe gburu ndị be anyị bụ lack of knowledge and the education anyị dị very poor. Ọ bụghị kwesịrị ị na-akụziri anyị ka a na-akụziri anyị even this self defense anyị na-lack what we supposed to know. Anyị amarọ right anyị amarọ enwere ihe anyị ghọta. Anyị abịa nye wee that eyes anyị ji afụta ihe na zoo ka na-emekwa ya bring ya out. O nwere mgbe ekwugidere okwu si anyị na Biafra or nothing, Biafra or nothing. Mana o nwere things no ruru our PM ebidokwu ya Biafra or death. Ndị mmadụ a na-aghọta that thing, even mụnwa na-atụ ụjọ itinye that death, Biafra or nothing, Biafra or nothing. O nwere mgbe o rugidezi our PM assistant kpọọ ya that specific, mee ya this specific. So actually ịchọghị itinye that one concerns you, but the time has come that whether you believe it or not, you will see na enwere ebe ọzọ enwere anyị nwere safety abụọ in this land, in this government, where we will have a right to live. Because as it stands now, it doesn't matter who is laughing today, because no ga-erute chekwa onye ọbụla. Abịa kịta ọ dịka ọ ga-asị na ịma na abịa some dey blame our leader Nnamdi Kanu na onye causacha this problem. Ha amahọ na ihe a na ha na-esi na gunpowder ha nọ n'ime ihe ebupụrụ ha for long, and many of them delete. No, ọ bụghị na delete many of them by now. Ndị be anyị amadị aka surrender guys long time ago. Mana Chineke na-akpọpụtara this our PM o wee mee in fact generation will never forget him. No matter what, because from Nnamdi maybe go to train we go to our mental reasoning. It's such a home Nnamdi very well. Mbatala mgbe our PM bido maka mụ ama even mgbe nọ n'ụlọ onye aga na da bụ mfụchakwa some things na-asị na imekwa na our mental reasoning na n'ihi na this zoo. So if ka ha na-behave like animals, ọ bụghị their fault. Anyị ọka ọ dịrị na impart that knowledge to tell them if it to be sincere, even though that mụnwa adịma like counter mmadụ ọtịlụ nghọta ebe onye a si apụta. Onye one problem ụfọdụ na-enwe ọ bụghị na ha amaghị ihe, mana sometimes akọ na uche abụna oyiho together e may mistake. All the similar thing like this, even our brother United Biafra. Sometimes ọ bụrụ na ị bụrụ nyanwa ị nwekwa ike ịfọ to that, because nke bụ eziokwu bụ na ijiri anya mmadụ ji ene this movement na-aga ị ga-adagidekwa dagide, mana ọ bụrụ na ị welu Chukwu bụrụ si Chineke ịmakwa nke bụ the right thing, mana out of fear and out of ihe ị na-afụta n'anya ime the other opposite, o mechekwa Chineke fail oge, because ma ọ bụ ka anyị si afụta ka chi si afụta ọ na-achakwa ahụ n'eziokwu kịta. Ọ dịka oke gị nwa bụ gọọmenti, gị nwa bụ military, iburugonu military solo ha buru everything about them, but nothing onweghị esi n'ime ga-apụta, because na the spirit ọ bụghị gụnwa ka o ji ifugo ihe dị n'ụwa anụwa na ihe ọbụla ị na-eme it doesn't matter ụdị ego inwe. Ọkwa ego na-adị m cheche kịta anyị ejighị ụmụ anyị ejighị ebe, but anyị na-eme how the God's hands is there. Maka ọ bụ na aka Chukwu adịghị, onweghị onye ma ihe karịa imego nya ọ karịa ikugo ịgago worse than ihe anyị na-akụzi. Ọ agbanyeghị na ọ na-adị painful, ọ na-agbawa obi, mana ọkwa maka na aka Chukwu ka dị ya ka aka ji aka ihe obere ụta. maka na ọ bụ na ndị na-atụ ụjọ agha davuru mụ afụ ha agha davuru na a na-abịakwasị gị mana ihe mevuru na anya ma gwakwa nwa mana akwasị gị na ọnọdụ gị kakwa agha na-achị bikos na ka ha si achị ịbịa nke ikpeazụ a abụghọdụ ụdị nke emefuru anyị n'ọzụ ransa na onye ọbụ ịmazi na ihe dị kịta anụwa na ọ bụghọzi ihe mgbe that 1976. So my brother, ihe dị na our mental reasoning mụnwa na onwe m several times ka ọ na-abụ nchechekwa ya ma ghọtakwa ya na o mechekwa nghọta ya mana ị ga-enweta ndidi ịga ịmadị too fast maka enwego ndị ga beyond you na this gọọmenti onye gbasara this ndị na-akakuli before mmadụ ewepụta ihe like this ọ ga-enwego ihe ha chekichego fear and the lack of education bụ ihe gburu anyị onweghị ihe anyị ghọta mana thank God for social media because the more a na-akọwa this thing the more a na-akụziri ndị mmadụ ka ha na-amata ha na-ama ha ndị with by God's grace well God's wisdom follow a lot of things mana abịa ikwu this defense ọ dịka ọsọsọ egbe ma ihe na bụ ihe eji agba ọga no ifine ka a na-ekwekwa niile ọba na-agbata m chapchakwa ihe ụka mere anyị because ọ bụrụ na anyị ma ihe dị na our land oh my God agwa gị na odeshi na ihe anyị na anybody can do it mana ọ maka na anyị amaghọ ịmaghọ mgbọrọgwụ na mkpa osisi ebi bedo ihe onye ọbụla kwesịrị im maka ọ bụrụ na anyị dị youth ma ọ bụ na anyị ma onwe anyị onwe ihe dị na ana onye ọbụla onwe spirit dị na every land ọ ga-abụ ọdịrị in function you dare not mana ụka mere onwezi ihe anyị ghọta eziokwu na ọkwa ihe ha na-aghọta bụkwa n'ọkwa Chukwu a na-akpa afa bụ ihe kretichara all those things maka na ịfụkwa sef na this phone anyị na-eyuzu onweghị pastọ na-enweghị mana agwa gị the process eji ru phone demon na ihe niile so witches and wizards banyere n'ihe ejiri ya you cannot touch phone ịma mbanye the flight ga ị na-eji ụkwụ gị na-aga because a lot dị n'ihe anyị aghọtaghọ mana abịazi anyị emene nke anyị michichichiche everything wezi anyị mana ama m na Chineke bidoro ọrụ a ga-arụcha because mgbe anyị ga-emechi nwetachi onwe anyị ọ bụghị ụdị ihe gbasara ọdịzi enwere natural forces ihe mma na ọ dịkwa na anaba anyị the olden days like enwere arụ ihe na-anakpọ nke bụ onye mere arụrụ ana ụkwụ ọbụkwa onye mere onye na-emezi onye nwe ihe o mere n'ana dịtị na-egbu so ya ga a na-adịsị gị na omenala bụ ụzọ eziokwu sometimes ndị mmadụ I'm sorry for onye na-eje ụka na-ege m ntị ma ya we are not against ụka because I am too deep n'ụka too but ihe na-ekwu bụ ihe agha sịrị anyị emene to protect us because anyị asịghị ekwensu agwa gị mgbe anụ na ekwensu mere ndị atati ịgba nghọta so kịta anụ wee mechigo onye ọbụla ikwute ekwensu asị na-abound ya na-emebi na-eme ihe n'agbanyeghị na the spirit of destruction but what is destroying is what is coming to destroy you beside na Chukwu kechere ihe a niile enwe asị gị ajụgidego m asị na Chukwu kere ihe niile ya niile dị mma ebee ka arụrụ ana ebee ka ajọ ihe si wee ihe dị n'ụwa anụnwa ma ihe dị njọ ma ihe dị mma nwere reason for it kama na ihe dị ndị western world bịazi wee were ihe aha anyị che na ọ dịghọ mma were ya mezie ya were ya na-enweta ihe dị mma ọ bụrụ for the good of humanity because abịa n'ọfịa kịta nwee mgbọrọgwụ na-egbu mmadụ then ịmanụ ndị ajọ ka emewere ya iji wee emebi ihe ọjọọ nke dị mma na-emezi ihe ọma obodo a na-aga ọfụma mana ọ bụ kịta na ịbịa bịa weziri ihe dị mma na-eme ihe dị njọ na-emegidezi onye ihe dị mma ịmanụ wrong way of kachukwuchi wee kee ihe dị mma kwesịrị ịga with ihe dị mma ihe dị njọ aga with ihe dị njọ ọnya ka life is nature wee dowe mana ọzọ arụrụ a na meziri abụziri ndị dị ihe dị mma nọ na-asọfazi with ihe dị njọ so ihe dị njọ emewere ya fụ ihe dị njọ ihe dị mma emewefụ ihe dị mma so mmadụ na-asịkwa gị na ihe niile Chukwu kere gị hafụrụ ya Chukwu ama gbadata n'eluigwe bịa mere gị ihe ị ga-eji onwe gị you have to do your own maka okeche gị ihe niile nye gị akọ na uche ị ga-eji wee yuzi ya ma nke na-adịrọ mma ewere ya mee yuzie ya for good maka ebe anụ nwa na ọ bụ na egbe abụ ezigbo ihe mana eji ya na-etiriti ajọ ihe anyị dị ọdịzi ka nke anyị adịcha anyị abụghị human being my brother kwutere ihe and all the very correct ndị Fulani na-aga na ihe na onye license ha egbe ha na-ebu onye na-ajụ ha ese maka ebe ha chi wee weta ifu ka esi wee na intimidate anyị by our leaders and no high time for now a lot of people from my own side ndị nke anyị dịkwa well for long ka ha na-ekwe this plan bịa our side and any community dịkwa otu ahụ ha nwetụrụ a kind of little protection ya ha nwetụrụ chances of ịgbanarị this thing bịalụ so ndị bụkwanụ ndị their leader bịa bụ their problem ọ kakwara ha mma na ha chọwara ụzọ n'oge because their lives enwere all the very very risky because ọ bụ na onye ndị Fulani ga-abịa mechie ihe niile ha mere in the land ndị emeri ha sị ha retaliate ha bidokwe n'oge malụ ka ha ga-echi kpee onwe ha ịda na ịchọkwa nchekwa onwe gị anyway ị ga-esikwa wee mịa ma gị dị ndụ your defense is very important because since they have failed you have no option ọ bụ na ịma mpụnwu na the village na-abụghị to defend yourself at least enwere a lot of ways to do it jee zụwa mkpọrọ aṅụ ihe otu pụta tipu ya ka ọ gbawa ndị niile bịara ya ọbụgodị na ihe ọzọ ebetego let them get wound and go or a lot of things so enwe many ways ọ bụ na enwe ihe ị ga-eme ịmarụ ihe ị ga-eme abụgodị na inweghị gị ji ga egbe chọwa ihe ị ga-eme kịta bidokwe n'oge because agha na ọ bụkwa na ọ ga-abịa adọzim so na a ga-avoid nwụkọ ha ime because anyị try go all our best to prevent this but afụgo na onwezi so the only thing option mmadụ enwe kịta bụ niile na homeland chọwa a means of how to protect ọ bụrụ na evu na ebido zoo ya kịta otu tụfuo ya everywhere ya gbasa everybody at least ihe ọzọ emegoro ndị evru pains wee na-ana so let me hold it here ihe mma bụ na Chineke bidoro ihe a ga-emechi and just as you said my brother ikwukwela another thing dị very important anyị afụta na ada ka just ka anyị fụta ya nọ this lack of knowledge because ihe gburu anyị bụ as in even Bible kwuru lack of knowledge is the reason why we are perishing because many times ọ bụghị na anyị amaghị ihe kama na akụziri ha anyị amaghị ihe anyị kwesịrị ịma anyị aghọtaghị ya nke m were ya na anyị aghọtaghị ma ebe anyị si aghọta ya isikwa ka ị ga-gị nwa bụrụ onye anyị fụkwa na ihe ahụ o mere ka ga-emekwa ịghọta na and anyị na-afụta ha na ọ bụghị ọgụ mmadụ because anytime anyị na-afụta ya ọzọ ọgụ mmadụ anyị ga na-eme ajọ mistake because anyị ya niile dị na these tools and all the ụjọ and sometimes ịmụa na onwe m dị ti mmemme ezigbo tapet but mbido bịa fụwa na anytime I make mistake or do very very bad Chineke nna ji imezi ya o mezikwa ya ọkawanye mma karịa ka ọ dịvu nji ya so na-abịa akasị onwe m obi like that na-enye onwe m courage to see how it is going na anytime I mere ọ dị ka emere serious mistake na ọ ga-end up with a very 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 good decision because ọ bụ na anyị na-enwe anya that mistakes emere ịfụ na ọ dị ka ọ na-ịma nga nwụzi mana iwefu anya na damise Chineke bidoro ihe na ọ makwa ka ọ ga-esi wee mee before you know it ịfụ ka Chineke ga-esi wee mechichekwe those things mebiri ihe agawakwa ọfụma so na encouragement na-enye Biafrans na-ege ntị kịta bụ na onye ọbụla ị give up mụọ na onwe m bịa dị too down mgbe ihe bịa nwee all these killings ndị egburu ndị mmadụ mụọ the same bịa na-enwe m da mana anytime m advise myself gwakwa onwe m okwu anụwa na abụọkwa na even our leader kwukwe ya na this thing na ichekwa onye gwara gị na mmadụ ga-ewetara anyị Biafra mana onye ahụ bụ the highest liar because na ọ karịrị ihe mmadụ ga-emenwu mana ka Chineke ga-esi rụchaa ọrụ a even ụwa ga-ama na Chukwu na anyị na-aza afa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke and anyị na-abịa eda nne mgbe afa Chukwu na Chineke ama ngharịpụ anyị nature dị so mmadụ confuse gị na Chukwu adịrọ Chukwu dị and Chukwu a bụ nature and mụ na-ekwu ya all the time Chineke na oruwekwe stage nature ga-abịa rụọ ọrụ na anyị nwabụ mmadụ emewekwa ike anyị nature ga-join kwa hands and by the spirit abanye spirit of that Biafra abanyekwe n'ime all of us to give all that courage ka anyị have to give up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister Precious. You have spoken amazingly well. I really appreciate it. I'm always glad when I hear the voice of the mothers in this platform. The mother's voice is very important. Let it not be that only men are talking and shouting and people will not understand us. Some of them will say we are speaking in anger, we are shouting. That is why I am always happy when I hear the voice of the mothers on this platform explaining things. There are people who will not like to listen to us simply because a voice of a man is speaking. Some will not like to listen to us, but there are people who will understand better when the voice of a woman speaks. And that is very, very important. That is why I love to hear women speak. And she has made some great points that she made here. And when she was speaking, she made a very important point. And one of those important points which I'm going to touch again that Honorable also spoke about, members of the cabinet are watching this program and they are listening and they are observing. Nobody supports confronting our deputy prime minister when she's speaking. Interrupting her or confronting her in the public is unacceptable, and nobody's going to accept that. If anybody, any member of the cabinet is doing that, the Biafrans are angry and they're not happy about that. And I believe they have taken their correction and they're hearing. Going forward, they are going to change on that part. One important thing again she mentioned about this self-defense we're talking about. When we talk about self-defense, some of us always think about weapon. You think about gun. But you forget that, just like she was saying, just like our sister was saying, there are traditional ways we have been able to secure our cities in the olden days. There are traditional ways we have used to secure ourselves. There are some traditional ways that are still obtainable today that people are using. When we talk about traditional way, there is nothing wrong in using traditional way to secure yourself. It is not criminal. It is not evil. It is not criminal and it is not evil. You can use traditional ways, effective traditional way. Don't go and begin to do something. Effective traditional ways to defend and protect your land. It is also self-defense. I had a story on one place that these people went, is it in the north, either in Benue State or what? Where in Benue State, they conjured bees. You know bees. They can conjure bees. Bees will come out from nowhere. Bees will come out from nowhere and begin to chase the people. It is possible. These are something that people are doing traditionally to secure themselves. You can apply all these traditional means. There are people that knows about it very well. Why are you not doing it? There are some other traditional ways that you can be able to use, that when the enemies enter your territory, they will get confused. We have seen some people do some traditional things in their compound, that when a criminal comes to their compound, instead of attacking or killing people, the criminal will just bend down, take broom and begin to sweep the ground. All this is a self-defense. Those people that claim to have this power, they claim they can do it, and I know there are people who can do it. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for everybody to die before you begin to protect yourself and protect your city and your villages? What are you waiting for? There are traditional things you can do, which are not harmful, which are not evil. Whether they are not evil in any way, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or whatever you are, it is not evil to defend and protect yourself. Why are we not also thinking on that direction? Because each time when we talk, people talk about, acquiring gun. There are some traditional means of protection that everyone can do. There are traditional means of protection that a community can do for themselves. We have had stories that some communities during the Civil War, the Nigerian forces were not able to enter the community due to how they prepared themselves and secure themselves. During the Civil War, there are some communities the war did not enter. The Nigerian soldiers could not enter. Even in the present days, there has been some people that have applied some system that secure their region. Why is your own area not doing it? Why is your traditional ruler not thinking on that direction? Why is all those people doing okay and whatever nonsense for you? Why are they not thinking on the security of the people? Why they don't call themselves together and plan on security of the people? Why our government will do their part? What are you waiting for? These are areas we have to look into. And there is a comment in the comment section that is written. I saw somebody writing on the comment section, Tina Mado. Tina Mado is writing, and he said that some people did not support the bill for self-defense because our deputy prime minister is not supporting Biafra Liberation Army. Who told you that? Tina Mado, where are you getting your information from? How could you say that the Liberation Army of Biafra under the United States of Biafra is not supported by the deputy prime minister? Look at how you sound. How do you sound in your own ear? How does it sound to you? How does it sound to you? You that is writing that comment on the comment section, Tina Mado. Somebody, even if somebody told that, there's certain thing that somebody will tell you or preach, you will know that this person is either ignorant, envious, or being stupid. You don't have to come and believe it or you come and type it here. Look at what you wrote on the commentary. That our deputy prime minister should support the BLA first, then should have gone to defend themselves. That only when she supports the Biafra Liberation, then Biafrans can be able to have gone to defend themselves. Can you hear yourself? We are talking about the Liberation Army that is under the United States of Biafra. How can you imagine to say that the Liberation Army is not supported by the government? When you hear the government making plans on how to expand, you hear the government making plan of recruitment, you hear the government talking about decentralization. The only thing the government of Biafra will not do is to begin to promote an individual above every other person. We cannot build a strong man or a strong woman. What we are building is an institution. Except you are not part of Biafran government. If you are not part of Biafran government, you are absolutely on your own. And the Biafran government will not invest their money on you. Biafran government cannot invest your money on you if you're not with them. But if you are with the Biafran government, it is unimaginable to say that the Biafran government does not support or promote their army, even when you have seen the line up of what have been done. The Secretary for Defense is doing everything he can. The deputy have spoken on several occasions. You have seen the deputy in communication with some Liberation Army on the ground on how to improve and do things. You saw the audio I played already. How could you be believing lies just to make yourself sound reasonable when you are not sounding reasonable? It is sad that some people still allow ourselves and mind to be caged. And it is high time we walk away from this kind of nonsense. As we are going to be rounding up now on this program, I will go on the next round and I will allow my beloved brother Greg to give us his speech, include your speech this time, and then you can equally round it up with your closing remark because we have spent almost 3 hours and we round up. After you, then Akonye-Iwetere will give us his last speech and make it a roundup. My brother Greg, go ahead and give us your word.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, my brother, and all other people that have spoken this afternoon. Yes, we will continue talking about our self-defense. Before I comment on that, I want to touch on the side of our sister they spoke about. I think in every parliament, in every cabinet, and in every organization, people have right to vote according to their own understanding and the level of understanding. So
hold on, my brother Akonye-Iwetere. I think the person, Tina, if you can be able to use this link and come in so that we can make this explanation to you the way you will understand it, because you don't seem to understand. Tina is still writing, and what she's writing on the comments, she said BLA came out and confirmed that Ngozi has not given them a penny or weapon. What have you had to say about this? And I ask you, Tina, what do you understand by BLA? And who is the BLA you're talking about? Are you talking about an individual or that very institution called the Biafra Liberation Army? Are you talking about an individual or that institution called the Liberation Army? The United States of Biafra does not give money to an individual. We sponsor our Liberation Army as an organization, as an institution. That Liberation Army is sponsored. That is why the new strategy has been put in place by the United States of Biafra government. Anybody that is not in line with that new strategy is not with us. It doesn't matter the title you give yourself. It doesn't matter the name you call yourself. It doesn't matter what you make yourself to be. We are talking about institution called Biafra Liberation Army. That is the only institution we sponsor. Liberation Army of Biafra is sponsored, catered for. Every strategy has been put in place. We have 40 states, and this relationship is going on. Recruitment is going on to have the 40 states defended. If you are talking about giving money to an individual who claims to be what he is not, we don't do that. And if you want to continue to wallow in that propaganda and blackmail, go ahead in it. I have said it time again here. In this platform, and every Biafran should focus on building institution, not strong man and strong woman. You cannot be stronger than Biafra government. You cannot be important than Biafran government. And the Biafran government belongs to every one of us as Biafrans, pursuing collective interest. If your bitterness is that money is not given to you, somebody whom you are projecting to be who he is not, sorry to disappoint you. Biafran government will not give a fathom to anybody as an individual. The Biafran government sponsor Biafra Liberation Army under the United States of Biafra. Get it and get it right. And the earlier you understand that, the better for you. If you can use the link and come in and expatiate on your argument, and let's dig it out. Go ahead, my beloved brother, Greg.
Yes, so continue. Thank you. I said that concerning our sisters on another Rama, I think she have her own right on her own thoughts concerning the vote. So I think yesterday I called in her program and I said that thing is not supposed to be a discussion in any platform if somebody votes yes or not in that matter. The most important thing is that the majority has won, that Biafra self-defense is stamped. That is the most important thing. And yes, every individual must not vote yes, depending on what you understand and what you she feel about it. So all those things have to do with understanding and what you agreed on. That does not mean that that person is against the government now or against the deputy prime minister. So that one is bygone. Then yes, you know, one thing now people don't understand about self-defense, you have to ask yourself, why is almost all the Fulanese can handle gun? Ask yourself why. Because they are being trained in the mosque. They are being trained in the mosque. Most of the Fulanese know how to handle gun because they are trained in the mosque. But some people don't know that. They train them how to handle gun in the mosque, in their communities, and they're not hiding it. And the military and the police knows that, and nobody do what touches them. But our people, when they talk about self-defense is not only handling gun. You have to know as well how, if a bullet is flying, what you're supposed to do to avoid the bullet getting hitting you as a person. All those things are self-defense. So our people should now learn in their churches, if there is any such attack, what do we do? How can we avoid such attack? How can we avoid such attack? The churches have to wake up and give lectures to their members on how to avoid such attack and how to defend themselves. That is self-defense. When they lecture their people, it lets for them to know what they will use to defend themselves. That is one thing they're supposed to know. And this bill is a wake-up call to anybody that believes in self-defense. It lets for him to think. Those who believe, you believe that if you call Jesus, that Jesus will carry your bullet. Then that time when the bullets come, you call Jesus. If he carries it for you, because Christ did not ask you to go and look for how you can defend yourself with gun or any means that is not evil. That is what he teaches. And if you believe that when you call her mother will come and defend you, then you call her mother. If your mother had not come and defend, then you have to think what you use to defend yourself. If you use bullet, if you use machete, or if you use whatever to defend yourself, the most important thing is you defend yourself and not being killed. That is what self-defense is all about. So, and the market people, as I mentioned before, they have to think Let every Igbo land, because Igbos are people who are suffering more. In anywhere Igbo people are, let them organize themselves and talk about self-defense. What do we do if there is attack? If there are people who have knowledge on what to do, he should lecture their people, lecture their community, lecture their branches, lecture their churches, lecture every institution, even in the schools, in the primary schools, lecture them what to do if they had any gunshots. Lecture secondary school and universities in our land. Because this attack, we don't attack people, it's only with that people attack. So we must wake up like Israeli, that every single born is a military. So what this self-defense is implying to Igbo people now is every Igbo man must turn himself into a military man. That is what self-defense teaches you. So now, in coming to the this news spoke about now, that somebody's writing that the Biafra government is not sponsoring BLA. That is not true. Just as you have said it, Biafra government is so much concerned about their army, about their welfare and their training, and about to recruit new people to come in so that the land will be defended. So if anyone is telling you they're not taking care of them, that person is not honest. The only thing the government requests from you is you have to be disciplined and align yourself to the government rule, the way they want to plan for the government. And when you come to align yourself, if there is any suggestion you want to bring to the government or anything you want to bring to the table, you have to bring it in a manner that the government will understand it and check and look at it if that is what we want. But if somebody is telling you that the organization is not taking care of the army, that person is not honest. The only thing is the government wants you to work according to the government way of accountability. If you are going to send money to any group, any person, that money must get to that group, and that money must get to that person, the people that money is made for. So the government doesn't want people to worship somebody before he can get something that is sent to him. Just like it has been in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you see some policemen even give bribe for them to get their own salary or what they're supposed to get from their government. Some people pay bribe to be posted to where they're supposed to go. Some will pay bribe so that they post them to Lagos or to Abuja or to East, where they will be able to collect bribe. Those things are what the Biafra government is trying to avoid in this present time. That you must align with the government from the one who must build with accountability. If we know we have 1,000 military men, those military men will have their identity and with their names. And if we are planning to organize 1,000 men, assuming we are paying them each man $10, then we will know we are recruiting 1,000 men and our own budget will be going on them $10 each month. And we'll be able to know that we're able to afford it. It's not that somebody will come and tell you that they have 1,000 men, maybe what is on the ground is 300. And you make your budget with 1,000 men on $10. And when you send the $10, possible that $10 might not get to those people, they might get $5. At the same time, you put $10 into 1,000. That is what the Biafra government is trying to avoid. Because when you're clearing things to people, they have to understand what the government is planning and what the government is doing. I'm not a member of the government cabinet, but I know where they are going and what they want to avoid. So if we have 1,000 soldiers, those 1,000 soldiers, they will have ID. They will have names, and we know them, and we budget 1,000 men, we want 10,000, example I'm giving. $10 each every month. And this is what they're going to get every month. The government will make sure they're working on that $10 that will get into those men on the ground. That is what the government is talking about, accountability. Accountability is not only show us the money that is on account. No. The government will be able to work according to their capacity and know the number of people they're taking care of. Not only just on the male quotation, we'll have 2,000 men. And you'll be fighting to pay for 2,000 men, and they don't have up to 300 men. These are the areas the government wants to make sure that those kind of criminality is not in any part of our government. That is what I understand the government is trying to do. And we must support them in doing it. So any person that is working against those things that will not give any single chance of corruption in this Biafra we are building, then that person is sending us back to Nigeria. Then you'll be better remain in Nigeria. Why must you be dying to get out from Nigeria because of corruption? And you come in the new land and new country you are trying to build, and you want to do it again with corruption. It doesn't work. Then you better remain where you are. Why are you dying in the first place? So, and anyone that is coming into Biafra must know he's not coming there because he wants to be in position or he wants to be in control of every other person. No. We are coming because we request for total democracy. People who are fighting for this agitation are people who are living in the Western world where the democracy, nobody is bigger than another person. I gave an example last time about the person that this present American government appointed as the Secretary of Defense in America. And this guy has served for 20-something years in the American military. And he retired, and now they want to appoint him to be the Secretary of Defense. And the Senate they called him for interrogations to approve him to know. A lot of things about his private life was brought up. They accused him of humiliating women. They accused him of drunkardness. So, but in our place, we don't know that all those kind of life matters if we are coming to handle public office. That how you manage your own personal family is a concern to the government that you're coming to serve, because charity begins from the house. So if you can maltreat your children, maltreat your wife, you can maltreat any other person that is there. If you can humiliate them, you can humiliate your fellow soldiers and people who are under you. So these are the things that a reasonable government will always look into before they will assign any office for you to hold it. That is what the Biafra government is trying to build. We don't want to build where people can do anything anyhow and say, because I am this person, it must be the way I said it, or I must be in control of any person. If you go to every military police in Nigeria today, you will pity them. If you go to any military, military barrack, police barrack, you will pity the people who are living in that place. They are living more than a gutter, people who are living in the gutter. And the money is being voted every day. But people who are in the office are eating those money. Those money doesn't get to them, to the common corporal that is being new recruited. And he will be on the street begging for bribe. That is the corruption this government is fighting. Not to, you have to uproot it totally from the beginning. So that when you build institution, just like my brother Chu said, we are building institution, and we are not building a person who will be stronger than institution. That is the problem Nigeria have today, because somebody will come enable and do something and nothing will get away with. That's why people, they will harass all the Fulanis, and the fear will not let anybody to hit them. Even when they catch those kidnappers, they will ask them, did I touch you? Because people like Arkansas is behind them. And because that is what they sign for the Hausa, and not as long as they are in Anambra, nothing will happen to any Fulani person. And that is why you see these people. But when they hold it, catch any Igbo man, they will tie him like a dog. And that is their blood. So we don't want to build a stronger individual want to bring a stronger government, just like my brother Choose says. So thank you, my brother Choose, and the other person, and all the Biafrans listening. We build our Biafra where everybody is reasonable. In this country where I am, the lowest person in this government, in this street, if he find out anything, maybe a government official, and it may be somebody who is eating on the street, too, somebody that doesn't have anything, somebody that sleep on the top of the bridge, and he see as a government official do anything wrong, and he erase alarm, the next tomorrow you are resigning. That shows how disciplined the country are. And that kind of institution is what we have to build from day one. So that is my message to my people. Thank you, my brother Choose, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing, amazing, amazing submission. You have spoken well. I thank you for that very contribution. And our beloved brother DPMDrNgoziOrabueze has been here, and I believe he has something to say, but maybe the network has just kicked him out. So let us wait a little bit and see if our beloved brother DPMDrNgoziOrabueze could come back and give his submission before we round up the program. We've been here for more than 3 good hours. More than 3 good hours we have been here on this program, and we are about to call it a day. So my fellow Biafrans that have been with us here today, I appreciate every one of you that have participated on this program. Always remember that victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. The self-defense bill that was passed is a wake-up call to all Biafrans. A wake-up call. If you know what you will do to defend yourself, your area, your family, your churches, your environment, your shrine, your whatever, anything you know you can do to defend, including your farms where you farm, you can put defense there. However you know you can do it, we are talking about individuals. Do it with your own wisdom and knowledge. Educate people around you, also tell them what to do, including people who are living abroad. You can call your families and educate them on what to do. That does not mean that the Biafran government is not doing their part. The United States of Biafra is building and supporting the Liberation Army of Biafra. The decentralization is going on, whereby the 40 states will have their commands. They will have their commands, and they can be able to confront every attack that is coming without looking for order from anywhere, without waiting for any order from anywhere. That is what the Liberation Army is trying to put in place. That is what the Defense Secretary is doing with the deputy. And that is where we are. While they are building and recruiting and making sure we have a standby military on the ground that can be able to do anything on your own, you must begin to do something to save yourself before they arrive. It is very important. Every hand must be on deck because the enemy is already here. It is no longer at the door. It's no longer at the gate. It's not that it's coming. They are here already. So every one of us have to stand up to do everything humanly possible to see that our land is defended. I appreciate everyone that has been with us on this program from the beginning to the end. I thank you for being part of the program. Remember, I always say, when I start this program, you have the opportunity to use the link and come in and make a contribution. It doesn't matter what your opinion might be. It doesn't matter whether you agree with me or you don't agree. If you have a superior argument, the only thing that qualifies you to join me on stage is to be a human being. Whether you support our government or you don't support our government, whether you are a Nigerian, whether you are from any part of the world, whether you are any religion, you have the right to use the link and come in and make a contribution. But while you're coming, make sure you have a superior argument so that the world will see how intelligent you are, or they might see you on the other way, how foolish you are. I encourage people to have that courage to come on. Bring up your argument. You can learn from me. I will learn from you. The Biafrans can learn from you. The members of the cabinet are watching this program. So whatever you say here, if it is important and something can be implemented, it will be implemented. So why are you scared of coming on? May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every single Biafrans, wherever they are. I pray that all Biafrans across the world, that Chukwu Okike will give us that strength, remove that fear in us, that we can be able to stand and face our fears and win it when we are supposed to win it. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Deputy Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. I appreciate everyone that have been part of this program up to this time. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for adding up on this program. If you have not liked and shared, please do so now. Like and share the program so that others can have knowledge from what we have just spoken about. Thank you and stay blessed. See you again tomorrow, same time. Remain blessed.
Asịkwana Chineke na enweghị ihe ọ ga-eme maka ọ ga-eme gị nwụọ n'ike. Hope asịkwana na ọ dịghị ihe Chineke ga-eme, ọ ga-emekwa ya ịfụnanya. Isi eluigwe na enwere ihe ọ ga-eme maka Biafra, ọ ga-eme ya ịfụ ya n'anya. Ịghọtago? Ezu aka ọ dị. Ịghọtago? Ọnwụ pie. Ogbugo ọtụtụ anwụgo.